Hello, welcome. This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing good. Um, Another night, I had hoped to have a guest on with me, but uh, things does not look like it's gonna happen unless he sees that I'm on here and decides to hop on. Um, but we're gonna get the show started. I'm gonna post a link in the show. So if somebody wants to hop in and join, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, this is Maniac. Tim with Maniac Sports. Um, draft is draft is over now. Wow. Most of your free agency period's over. I know there's going to be more free agents that still be signed, but then you also have your undrafted free agents too. Um, but this draft class is going to be something. This is the first year we went. We're all done with Matthew Stafford's trades, and I'll tell you, a trade for Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford at first looked like it was something that we were not going to get the better end of the deal. Still don't know if we really got the better end of the deal, but that Jared Goff Matthew Stafford trade worked out, I think, for both teams because hey, LA Rams got a Super Bowl out of it too. So they won the Super Bowl. So you really cannot say that things worked out bad for them. You really can't say things worked out bad for the Lions too because we were able to actually build a team because of those picks. You know, and also adding the management and stuff like that too. So that's that's one thing. Yeah, and I'm also sorry for the Facebook users who really can't go ahead and actually see this. I don't know. There's something different on Facebook where it won't let me post a link to the show on Facebook. I'm not exactly sure why. I tried correcting that earlier today or earlier yesterday morning when I did my little show, but it didn't really help. But yeah, you are listening to Tim's Manic Sports. I do see I got one person in the listening to me. Go ahead and say hi in the chat. If you want to hop on, just go ahead. The link is in the chat. Hop on to that. If you got StreamYard, you can do it. If for some reason this is Aaron, you can either text me or call me or something. I can try to send you the link directly. But I don't got your number. You got mine. So just wanted to say that. Of course, I'm not going to do my number or this here either. But so we have two cornerbacks that we picked up in the draft. One running back, one offensive lineman, or one offensive tackle, one defensive lineman, uh, and of course one running back that we picked up in the draft. So this draft was something else. Uh, we found out what we are. I think we got what we needed and who we needed. Uh, Still would have been nice to get another pass rusher. I don't know why we were unable to do that, but or well, we didn't really have we really didn't have the means to do it. So that's why. Um, I don't know. I'm also looking to see stuff as far as for Facebook here. Yeah, I don't know why, but let me know in the chat if anybody's if you guys can hear me, and if you guys can actually get the messages. I need somebody to message me in the chat so that I can know my chat's working. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think that our secondary is going to be a lot stronger. I think that the Lions getting the best secondary and also a secondary that is um, a corner that really wants to show everybody what the Lions are capable of doing. Earlier yesterday, Thursday, I went ahead and posted a question. Do you think that the Lions did enough to improve enough to go to the Super Bowl? Um, Comments, were pretty much yeah. They think that they did. Um, I think that we do have a great chance. We better the team. Uh, However, our whole division also got a lot better. We have Chicago that now got the quarterback receiver 1-2 punch that they got in the draft. Um, Now, I did hear that if you put pressure on Caleb Williams, that really affects his play. One of my friends, Tim Reardon, he went ahead and he seen Caleb Williams when they played at Notre Dame, and basically Caleb Williams was running like hell most of the time. So you go ahead and you get that threat in the backfield and stuff like that. Um, Sack him, get the pressure on him, make him run away from you. You don't know what you're going to do, and I mean, yeah, he was a great college quarterback, but it doesn't mean that he's going to be uh, a great NFL quarterback because speed is a lot different in college, than it is in than it is in the NFL. A lot different. So you're playing with high caliber high caliber uh, people all the time. You know, these are people that won the jobs to make it into the NFL. Where your college, you don't have that. As I mean, you have people that growing to get in the NFL, and then you have some automatic starts, but you don't necessarily have the abilities, the strength, the speed. Your opponents ain't playing against that type of where everyone on the team is that quality. Um, so the jury is out, and it's going to be out on Caleb Williams and the Bears until you really see how you play. You know, we have not seen Caleb Williams in one game in the NFL yet. So, people are going to tell me that he's the best quarterback in the NFC North when you ain't seen him play one game. He has the makings where he could be the best quarterback in the NFC North, but he hasn't earned that chip yet. He hasn't earned that right to really claim that. When you got Jared Goff, when you got uh, of course Jordan Love, uh, and you also have you know Cassidy, from these are you know you're gonna need to really see what goes on. And one of the things that I mean, nothing, nothing really trying to knock the DeAndre Swift or anything like that, but you put him in as your feature back. Who knows if he can stay healthy? When he got to take the snaps that he'll be taking. I mean, yes, I'm sure DeAndre Swift has a bone to pick with the Lions after going ahead and drafting Jamar Gibbs and and trading away DeAndre Swift. But Gibbs is a special type of talent on its own. You know, so one thing I think that uh, one thing the Detroit Lions cannot do though is you just go ahead and they can't just automatically think they're gonna walk in there and beat Chicago. I mean, look what Chicago did with Justin Fields last year. We had to come back to beat him and to beat the Bears and him in what seemed like a miracle win. You know, the first game at, at Detroit, and then the second game, they more or less you know, handed us our ass. More or less took it to us. So, you know, but of course we didn't have the corners now. And what I say as far as for you know, we got into two outstanding corners, but they're used to playing against college players, not NFL pro type players. Now you still got a lot of speed in college, and it's a lot. The receptions are a lot different. You can catch. It's a catch if it. If you as long as you have 1 foot in bounds, you really don't need 2 foot in bounds. Hey, welcome to Tim's Maniac Sports. This is Maniac Tim. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are having a great night. Uh, hey, Detroit fan man, how you doing? What do you think of the draft? I enjoyed it, man. Uh, Unfortunately, I got sick where I couldn't really go down there. I was supposed to go down there, but uh, to Detroit. But I think our defense is going to be well improved. Uh, thumbs up to the draft, definitely. Yeah. Hey. Uh, so, what's your opinion? Do you think the Lions should get Michael Baxley from, or uh, should let go of Baxley and go ahead and get that kicker from the Michigan Panthers, man? I know him. I know that kicker from the Michigan Panthers missed 2 field goals last year, but or last week. Um, but I think he'll. I think we go ahead and get that kicker from the USFL Michigan Panthers. Shoot, I think that's going to cure our kicking problems if that's what Dan Campbell decides to go with. Uh, and of course, the 2 field goals that he missed uh, last week was his first outdoor game with the Panthers, and one was was 62-yard field goal that he missed, and the other one was a 58-yard field goal that he missed. So um, but then he has the accolades of getting of 60-yard field goals, 50-yard field goals, 62-yard field goals. Yeah, I think you get that kicker from the Michigan Panthers, and I think it's going to really add to that game, and maybe even Dan Campbell might not go ahead and gamble. Should I jump for joy? Okay, should I jump in for us to chat? Yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah, go ahead. You're welcome. The link's in there. Oh, here we go.
Did I make it? I don't know why it shows the other avatar, but can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you for some reason.
Everyone can see
Like
and
you're
hear you.
muted.
Start. How about now?
Hmm. Yeah.
You don't hear me, I bet.
Did you turn on your mic? Hmm.
Hmm. I don't know. I tried.
That's weird. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and try to hop back in. Yeah, go ahead and try to hop back in. Get back. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and try again. Definitely. Uh,
Trying again. A little bit loud.
I'm wondering
Settings, audio,
if my volume's. Oh, okay.
microphone. I tried. I don't know. It
I'm
shows.
wondering something. Let me. It might be my settings.
Everything's at 100.
Uh, go to here. Hmm. Uh, okay, talk now.
As far as I can tell, it's working here.
Yeah, it is working here. It was when my computer gets unplugged, the settings get messed up. So yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Well, thanks for having me. This is
yeah.
awesome.
Well, it's great to have you. Thanks for hopping in. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think of this draft, man?
Positives or negatives first?
Let's go with the positives.
Well, this draft for me, it's double dipping at two positions of extreme need, and all four guys are, I think, thoroughbred Dan Campbell types. Hard hitting, very football friendly. I think Brad drafts talented players and he drafts football players and he prefers the second option. And I think it's a trend in the future that more people will draft like Brad Holmes, and we just get to be the benefactors of this, short term, long term. The the dynasty starts now in full optimism.
Oh, wow. I like that. Yep. Okay, so,
But I do have a negative.
all right, that's what I was going
Worst
to.
case scenario, and I'm going to knock on wood here because
Mm,
I don't want a bad ethos. But say some type of injury happens week 1,
mm-hmm.
offensive tackle.
Right.
You lose either Panay or Decker
Mm-hmm.
for just a quarter. Who comes in off the bench week 1 to play? Probably, say, if Decker goes away, you'd move Pineda left and you'd fill that hole. Is that Colby Sorsdal, who's been playing guard for a year? Is
Wow.
it is it Dan Skipper? Is it who's the swing tackle in an emergency situation? Because I don't think he's on the roster yet.
Yeah, and well, we could end up, like you said, we could end up picking up. Well, you didn't say it, but seems like you don't think he's on the roster yet. So maybe we could get somebody in free agency yet.
Just and I do think Manu will eventually be a tackle
Right.
with the talent and the size and shape. But I think week 1 he's not ready to walk on an NFL field and play.
Right.
Sorry. But he also needs a draft spot. And with that comes the risk of, what if? And perfectly fine if no one ever gets injured and we never have to worry about who the swing tackle is. But yet, as I look at this roster and I wonder what could be, I question depth at offensive tackle.
Hmm.
And I don't see an answer.
Yeah. And of course, that is one thing that has happened, to our offensive line too, where we have seen that where there's been injuries in a couple seasons, and we have had that guy to step in. You know.
This offensive line is great on paper.
Yeah. Right.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
Life goes on.
Yep. Yep. And who knows, they might be able to pull. I mean, hopefully that worst case scenario never happens. Like you say, knock
Of
on
course, I
wood.
knocked. I knocked.
Yeah.
I knocked.
Hmm.
How about you? What did you think of the draft?
Pretty much the same thing as you did. Like you said, we got those corners that we really needed. Um,
It's a
you
big
know,
investment at corner.
yeah, it is.
We
It
took
is.
4 top 100 picks and we
Hmm.
got 3 cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Trades and moving around, and I think we all fantasized on what 4 top 100 picks could bring us.
Hmm.
2 rookie corners and Carlton Davis, I don't think was most people's shopping list, but now that we're here,
Right.
this might work.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, what do you think? How good do you think Chicago's going to be with their added?
They got a nice wide receiver room.
Hmm.
They got a rookie quarterback who can throw a ball.
Yes.
They have a running back that you may have heard of before.
Oh yeah, I know.
Couple question marks on the line.
Hmm.
But I do think that defense is not slept on, but it's definitely not a weakness anymore in Chicago. They have some bodies, and Do I think they're a above 500 team? I do. I think this is
Mhm.
a extremely competitive division, if not the competitive division in the league. I don't think they're out of the bottom of the NFC North, but I do think with the talent and with competition, four teams could finish 3-3 in our division.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
It's going to be a fun season.
it is. It sure is.
How do you feel about watching JJ McCarthy now in purple?
Yeah, it's. I'd rather have him on our team, but in perp, I think that JJ's, of course, Atlanta's a plug and play
Oh,
offense, and I'm not looking forward to playing against them.
oh,
Oh God, I said Atlanta. I meant Minnesota. Uh, yeah, I I don't no no Michigan player in the right mind should go to an NFC North team other than
the
the Lions.
Giants could have drafted him.
I know.
Should have been the Giants. I'm mad at the Giants forever now.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Oh man.
Uh, wow.
Did you hear the story about Christian Mahogany and his significantly longer leg yet?
No, I didn't.
I am told, watching Lions podcast, Chris and Jeff, Chris tells us that some other team explained that Christian Mahogany was third round projected, drafted in the sixth round instead because one leg is significantly longer than the other, and he's limited to only play right guard.
Oh my gosh.
I've tried to track this down. I've looked at clips. I've watched videos. He looks like a normal shaped human being to me. I don't see obvious, significant differences in his leg length, but that's such an unusual story, it must be true.
I know. Oh my gosh.
So we have a right guard named Christian Mahogany, and we have Manu, who in an interview says he's going to be trained at right guard to eventually play next to Panay, which sounds like two right guards.
Mm,
I'm okay with that. I assume that means Sorsdal's playing left guard because we haven't heard him moving back to tackle. But if they tell me that Colby Sorsdal's now a tackle again, then I'm absolutely fine, and we're moving forward with some rookies on the offensive line, and everyone's developing. There
right.
is a question: can Hank Fraley develop late round offensive linemen? He has yet to do so successfully. And Colby Sorsdal now and Manu now and really Christian Mahogany are three apples in this basket of can Hank Fraley develop late round picks? I think he can. Can't wait to see
Mhm.
it.
Well, you know what Nike says? What
Just
this
do it.
exactly. And I think it's about time that we just do it.
Oh, I say we wait a year. I say we
Okay.
let our starters kind of sit this. Let's just run that one through, and then after, because I don't think Zeitler returns, and
Hmm.
maybe this is Graham's last year, and you never know with Taylor and Frank. Very
Right.
quickly, we need four new linemen.
Yeah. Wow. So how much of a window you think the Lions have with I know you just said very short very shortly we need four new linemen, but how much of a window do you think the Lions have to really get to this Super Bowl and actually create the dynasty that was before mentioned?
The dynasty's beginning now,
Right.
and a dynasty must be 3 years to 5 years, or it's not long enough to be a dynasty.
Right.
So I just cut the middle. I say we start now, and it's the next 4 years. I think I
Hmm.
told you before. My friend who's a psychic said we win the Super Bowl in 2027,
You did. You did.
and that fits in the 4 year time window. So
It is.
so
Hmm.
4 year dynasty starts now. We just extended Brad and Dan. Are they now on 4 year deals?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the 4 years is just getting started, and at the end of 4 years, we will celebrate all of the success with a longer enduring regime, and hopefully Martha and Sheila get to enjoy all of it with us. That's the
Oh yeah.
yeah. Martha's looking good these days. I can't believe how she just always in the draft room, always looking good. Way to go, Martha.
Right. Yep. The best thing she did was take the pressure off her and give it to her daughter, and then
Yep,
and then
that's
her
all it took.
daughter, yeah, then the daughter just got the right people in, you know.
Sometimes a little nepotism goes a long way.
Oh, exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. Now, hopefully that psychic, didn't just, was hopefully it wasn't a 1 year deal. Like you said, a dynasty, we need to win like 3 Super Bowls in order to do
Yeah,
that.
I think a
Yeah.
division championship must happen
Hmm.
4 out of 5 years for you to be a dynasty.
Right.
I think you need to run it for a while, and we're just getting started.
Yeah. Yes, yep.
Oh, the Detroit Lions dynasty. It sounds so fun to talk about.
Oh, it sure as heck does. I mean, and the NFL needs to really be taking notice of us now. I mean, you bring the draft to Detroit, you have the best ever attendance, you know, and these.
How many nights did you go?
Unfortunately, I got sick.
Oh,
Yeah, I
you all
got
set
sick.
now, Timbo?
I'm all set now. Yes.
Okay.
I pretty much, I had the days off from work, everything all set to drive down there, and then all of a sudden it's like I I mean that night coming home from work, I hardly even made it home. I was so bad.
That
Uh,
maniac was bubbling up inside of you.
yeah, I
A
know,
bit
I
too
know,
much
I
there.
know, I
Okay. All
know.
right. I'll take it easy, bud.
Yep. Oh man,
And we got
and
we got one more draft pick to talk about.
hmm
Is he a safety or a running back?
running back, right?
You think so? Because I think he's going to be a special team star.
Hmm.
He can tackle, he can run the ball, he understands offense and defense. He's going to start on special teams. I
Right.
think Vaki's going to introduce himself to Detroit on special teams early and often. And then after that, he's going to, be a 5 to 10 snap a game kind of guy. A couple handoffs, a couple of if he's not going to see the secondary. There's just too many guys there.
Hmm.
Yeah, a couple screen passes, a couple fake punts, a couple Dave Phipp. I think he's the Dave Phipp pick.
Okay.
That's my prediction. He's the new special team. It used to be Jalen Reeves-Maben. I think
Hmm.
he's kind of phasing out, and we're bringing this Vaki guy in, and we're going to transition with this new special teams rule. You need 2 returners.
Okay.
Why not have a running back who can break tackles and understand the scheme fantastically?
Hmm.
And he's an ideal fit for this new strategy that no one really has a experienced plan for yet. It's a whole new, let it play out, see how it goes. No, Dave Phipp is interested in having a plan today, and I think Sion Vaki is the first of that plan today. Can't wait to see what develops there.
Right.
What an
Wow.
awesome draft!
Wow. And that really just goes ahead, because you kind of scratch your head on why they brought in, you know, another running back. And
Another running back.
yeah,
Oh
but like you said, not only he's not only a running back.
no, he's a running back that tackles viciously
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
spatial awareness. Who played slot receiver in high school,
Hmm.
and the guy's the medieval athlete of NFL football players, and the medieval man of what can't he do? He'll be
Right.
kicking field goals and long snapping punts before the season's over.
Well, we do like our versatile.
Amen.
Yep.
Captain versatility.
Yeah.
Sion Vaki. Go get him.
Yep. Well, we know there isn't going to be a lot of um, fake oh, kickoffs. Well, you really can't fake a kickoff anymore.
You can't. You have to
Yeah,
announce
yeah,
it now.
yeah. You can't even have the onside kick until like the fourth quarter, and you got to be behind,
Is that
right?
true too? You can't do it right away. I thought you just have to announce. You can do it at any time as long as you tell them this is what we're doing. But maybe I misunderstood the rule.
I I thought it was I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I think it's only in the fourth quarter,
That's
and
even worse.
you need to be behind.
Sean Payton on the
Yeah.
Super Bowl on the onside kick, that was
Mm,
one of the most fantastic plays in football history, right? Just
right.
starting the second half and taking the ball away. The
Yeah.
spontaneity of that play was something that was so fantastic in our game, and if that's been
Yeah.
ruled out, that's a bummer.
I know. I know but it did really
Talk
feel.
about bummers, though. I heard. Do you remember last year in spring training or preseason training, they wore padded helmets on
Yes.
top? You can now, your choice alone, wear the same padded helmet in real games.
Mm-hmm.
They will put the logo on the padded helmet. Which Lion, if any, is the first to walk out on the field in a padded Bubbles helmet this year, if any, and maybe none. I think Anzalone or one of the
Yeah.
linebackers maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll see it.
I don't now if this guy was still lying, okay.
Okay,
But he's not, all right.
all right.
But with the amount of times that he got hurt when he played for us,
Will Harris.
DeAndre Swift.
Oh, DeAndre Swift. Okay.
But you're right about Will Harris too.
He's a saint now, I hear.
hmm
Good for him.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, we didn't need Will. You know. Yeah. Good for him and good riddance for us, right?
Trying to be kind.
I
I
know.
hear great things about him as a human being. Apparently,
Mhm.
Will Harris is a kick-ass man as a guy doing his thing here in Detroit, and yet
Mhm.
still, when he was on the field, he could have avoided being a tragedy infrequently. That's what do you, Will Harris?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, yeah. And it was like he survived so many where other people could have been caught. He was,
I'm thinking, is he with? I think Taylor Decker and him are the last two Patricia picks.
yeah.
I think Bob Quinn got Will Harris, and besides that, it's just Taylor Decker. I think those are the only two
hmm
left. So now it's
Right.
just Taylor.
hmm Yeah.
What his eyes have seen through this regime. Taylor
hmm
Decker. Oh man. Oh man.
uh, was it Ragno?
Well, Taylor
Okay.
was before Ragnow, I think,
Yeah.
but I think Ragnow was also the
Yes.
last.
Yeah. The last pick. Yeah.
I think so.
hmm
So there's a
But that.
couple
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. But
But
right now, and that. Yeah. We want to keep those.
uh-huh.
Yeah. We definitely want to.
Bob Quinn could sure pick
Yeah.
offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, corners. That was a little bit different.
Man.
uh,
Yeah, hopefully we buck that trend.
yeah, I know.
Who do you think are the starting corners week 1?
Oh God, why did you need to ask me that? Uh, oh gosh.
Would you like the names?
Yes, please.
We drafted Terrion Arnold and Enos Rakestraw Jr. We've signed Carlton Davis, and we have Amik Robertson.
Okay.
There's also
Arnold.
Emmanuel Mosley, and there's Kendall Vildor, but I think we can limit it to the original 4 that we've all brought in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God dang. Uh, I think Arnold might be there. I think he might be one. And Mosley.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said I think Arnold and Mosley.
Mosley back from injury starts week 1. I like that prediction.
It's a bold one. What about you?
I think I do think we see Arnold, and I do think we see Davis.
Okay.
I think Arnold gets the week 1 start. I also wonder if Rakestraw can outshine him early.
Yep. And one thing we do know that Brad Holmes does like to bring in the newer guys slow,
Hmm.
so it lets her, because that's basically what he did with Jameer Gibbs too. He went ahead.
I think that's our coaching, not really Brad though.
That's actually I meant to say.
But bro, it's one
Yeah,
regime. I got you.
yeah, yeah. I actually used the wrong name. Campbell. Campbell likes to bring him in slow.
Hmm.
Not yeah, not Holmes. But yeah,
It took Gibbs a half a season before he was.
yeah. So do you think Jamison Williams is going to have a breakout year this year?
He better.
Yeah.
Pressure's on.
Mm-hmm.
If not him, who else?
Yeah.
I mean, Donovan Peoples-Jones looked like he's a fake tight end these days. How muscular he appears.
Yeah.
And apart from Amon-Ra, J-Bo,
Mm-hmm.
I, is is there a third wide receiver on this team? Uh,
Oh boy, yeah, yeah, the one that
is Antoine Green gonna show out this year?
he could,
He could.
he could,
There's a hole for him.
yeah,
He has an opportunity.
yeah.
I don't remember seeing him in a Lions uniform at this point.
Me either. Shoot,
Does he have a highlight as a Lion? I don't think so.
I don't know.
So he's still here, by the way. And there's the
Yeah.
UDFA that we paid slightly too much money to from Illinois, Williams, I think. Isaiah Williams, is that
Right.
his name? He's
Mm-hmm.
a shifty yak yards after catch guy. He could be fun, maybe. I think we'll see a little bit of preseason with him. I don't expect much for the season there. I do think the third receiver is a question mark. Guys like DJ Shark are sitting at home. There's a
Mm-hmm.
couple free agent wide receivers that if Jameson isn't ready to go as is, I think we'll know quite quickly, and I think they have a little bit of cheddar in the bank for a wide receiver in case of emergency fund.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting that Jameson has been reportedly in Florida this year with Teddy Bridgewater and Hendon Hooker. I
Mm-hmm.
call that that's the grapefruit league of Lions development. And meanwhile, in the Cactus League in California is Goff and Amon-Ra and the California guys. And JMO is not with Goff in California. He's again with Teddy Bridgewater still and Hendon Hooker in the Grapefruit League, and they're James Mitchell's in Florida. And I do think it's interesting that they're not all together in
Exactly.
our split field of Lions off-season development programs.
Right. Well, what was said at the at the All Star celebration? You really can't call it a game anymore. But they said that the Lions were such a tight knit group of players, more than anybody.
Awesome.
So that's, I mean, they're, and what do you think about Panay's statement where he don't care about all these individual accolades? He wants that Super Bowl.
I think Penei Sewell's the best player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And at 23 years old, already getting his first big contract, that's kind of crazy. So many draft picks are older than him, and he's getting
Mm-hmm.
his first deal done. And he's probably the best tackle, if not top 3 tackles in the league today.
Mm-hmm.
23 years old. He's going to be here 12, 14, 16 more years. There's going to be a Penei Sewell statue at Ford Field one day. And I think it's more important to hire the sculptor now to make sure the design's right.
Well, if we go ahead and we're talking Super Bowl, with in 2027. All right.
Hmm.
That gives them plenty of time to go ahead and get that saturate ready.
There's a nice YouTube video from the Lions. It's Panay from his interview at rookie day to just now recently with his contract extension. And it's about 8 minutes long. But the one important question to me was the bench press number. As a rookie, he bench pressed, he guessed about 360, 365. What
Mm-hmm.
do you think he can bench press today?
Uh, 475.
That's a nice number. He says 415.
Okay.
So he's had about 50 pounds of development in about 3 years on this weight
Mm-hmm.
training program. And you think about that for these guys that are young, that are developing into their bodies, and 20, next couple of years seems like a nice time to be a Lions fan.
Yeah, it does. Yep. And
Hmm.
remember, did he like handle Aaron Donald's pretty good that first year too?
Got in his face as a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he sure did. And so, what do you think Goff's contract is going to be like?
Are you sure that Goff will get a contract?
I'll tell you, I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if I'm totally sold on one. I want to see what he does this year, to tell you the truth.
Well, we're gonna see what Hendon does this year in
Right.
preseason,
Mm-hmm.
and depending on how the team performs, I think the franchise tag is on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You can franchise Goff because he's on a new team, I guess 3 years consecutive, which would be cost prohibitive, of course.
Right.
But there's no need to lock him down to a 50-year, multi-year, wasting the rest of Hendon's contract today. That
Right.
seems like a foolhardy move. So we spend the year watching Hendon and watching Goff, and we
Mm-hmm.
make a talent-educated decision at the end of the season. And the real option is: do you franchise tag him? Do you somehow trade him, or do you just let him walk for the multiple compensatory picks you get, assuming again that Hendon Hooker can play American football? I think Hendon can play.
Yeah, I think so too.
And if you want to pay the guys on the team and you want one guy to walk away, I think it's either Goff or Aleem. I think you can't have both of those two.
Right.
And we didn't draft a top defensive tackle this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we re-sign Aleem, and I think you let JT Barrett and Mark Brunell and this coaching staff develop a rookie quarterback. They follow the Green Bay plan,
Mm-hmm.
and they let Hendon Hooker start when he's ready.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever say that it's the Green Bay plan because they know what they're talking about, and this isn't the marketplace to say that. But that's the typical NFL thing. I just how you keep the city that chants Jared Goff at the draft, how they digest all of this is the major question.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Holmes' plan to give Goff a multi-year deal.
Mm-hmm. See, I was actually worried if they would because I mean we have seen golf great, but we have seen golf golfle too.
I think Goff's a good quarterback.
Oh yeah, I think he is. But I'm just saying if he doesn't have the offensive line the right way, that's when he really messes up.
A lot of quarterbacks fall under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's a Goff thing. You may say that you wish Goff was a little more mobile, little
Mm-hmm.
more had a little more escape, had a little more backyard style, could extend plays, that kind of thing. But Goff gets the ball where it needs to be when it needs to be there, better than
Right.
most. There's a
Mm-hmm.
reason he's top 5 in pretty much every category last year, tied to how good the line is and how good he is at playing football. There's a reason we were in the NFC Championship game last year, and it's
Mm-hmm.
because Jared Goff ran our offense.
Yeah.
Now, can it get better? And what do we got to do to make it better? That's the right question. And if it's pay Jared Goff, then so be it. Let's go.
Right. Because really, what now if you franchise tag him, you know, will that tick him off? And
Uh huh.
make him not.
Yes, this is
making
this
that.
is the
Yeah.
game behind the scenes, right?
Hmm.
Hmm. But I don't think I want to give Jared 50 million for a 3-year deal plus
Right.
majority of that guaranteed, and you know.
Yep.
But who am I?
Yep.
If Brad
Now.
tells me that's the deal, I'm in.
Yep. We'll support him either way.
Hmm. I'm not buying a golf jersey though.
Okay.
It's just flat line. It's not happening.
Yep. What do you think about those the black jerseys coming back?
I wasn't a fan at the
Mm,
idea of the black jerseys. I
right.
When I hear Black Lions Detroit jersey, I think of Joey Harrington. So it started there, and I was pretty against the jerseys. When I saw the picture in the morning, I wasn't
Mm,
happy. When I
right.
watched the video at night and it came out with the helmet and it was on the players and they were on the stage, that video was badass. So
Yeah.
then it sucked me right back in. And the black helmet with the black logo, with the black lion on the side, the black
Mhm.
bubbles helmet. I need one. I need the miniature version on my desk as quickly as I can have that. And if that means I have to have a black jersey to get it, okay. Now I also heard the story with Campbell and Rod Wood, and that's a cool story.
Mm,
Dan played in the black jersey. He wanted to
yeah.
bring the black jersey back. Rod Wood said, if you want the jersey, you got to win the division. He said, bet, and won the division and earned the jersey. And then they walked into the draft room and they gave everybody a Dan Campbell jersey on day 3, and they all drafted together in uniform. And that's all adorable and really cool. It's amazing. So
Mhm.
now the jersey's awesome. Now I can't tell you I didn't like it at first because it's true. I didn't like the jersey at first. Now I love the jerseys.
Right. And really the way it was earned, just that story just makes it so much better.
Do you believe the story? It's a bit too cheesy in my. It
Right.
smells it smells a bit fraudulent, but you know what? It tastes good,
Yeah.
so I'm eating it.
Oh God, but shoot, I mean, it just kind of gives that little bit of roar. Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh man.
How about
Wow.
you? What's your favorite of the 3?
Of the three jerseys,
Yeah, blue, white, black.
I I'll tell you what. I I like the black. I do. I mean, it's just, and I like the way the blue, especially the way the blue is on the black. I
Hmm.
like that.
Oh, the Mustang racing
Yeah.
stripes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Hmm. Now, the one uniform that I hated of their old alternate
Yeah,
uniforms was when they wore the all silver, all gray, whatever you want to call it.
the color rush pajama grays.
Yes, I hated those. I mean,
Hmm.
those were the
Yep, those are the Detroit Pistons teal jerseys.
yeah,
Hmm.
right,
I'll give you that.
yeah.
Anything new is an upgrade from that, and it's a step in the right direction. I agree there.
Hmm.
I do like that the New Jersey looks retro in the
Hmm.
sense that when you see the Barry Sanders New Jersey, it feels like the old jersey. That's
Yeah.
a really cool. Like if I was to buy one today, that might
Mm,
be the one I'd pick. The Blueberry Sanders and the new, just to have it again.
mhm.
But that '89 Black Campbell one is it's rising the ranks.
Yeah. Now, when you happen to mention Jerry Harrington and the black jerseys and all
Oh,
that other stuff,
thanks for taking
okay,
me back there.
I well, there's actually a guy at work
Oh no.
that lost so much money betting on Harrington
Oh,
that he did the unthinkable.
he's got the Joey Harrington tattoo on his buttocks.
Nope.
Face,
He
the Joey
he
Harrington face tattoo.
he switched to a different team.
Oh no. Oh no.
You know, so
It's
what
all
would
about
be
what
the?
color this team is. As long as it's not green, I think I could stomach this.
Unfortunately, it's Green Bay,
Oh. Ugh.
and he's like, oh, I mean, it's. But I'll tell you what,
I'm not
when
feeling
Green Bay,
well.
yeah, when Green Bay was doing terrible last year, he was like a fair weather Lions fan.
No, I wouldn't tolerate this man well.
No, no,
Mm-mm.
yeah,
That's the unthinkable.
hmm
If you want to leave conference, if you want to go be
yeah,
a Buffalo Bills fan, have a good time.
hmm
4 Super Bowls in a row, that's a tragedy that anyone can appreciate.
hmm
But if you leave Detroit and go to Green Bay and cheer for football, you're not coming back to the cookout.
exactly,
Mm-mm.
exactly, and
Mm-mm.
yep, and actually, you know what? He ended up not this year, but last year. I went to the Lions game,
I
Lions
hope he
Green Bay
listens to this
game.
one day.
Yeah.
You sorry,
Yeah. Yeah. He went. Yeah, he went to last year's Lions Green Bay game where with his sister, which is still a Lions fan, and he was not very happy. I mean, he's also one of these guys that will go ahead and throw things in your face, but
typical Packer fan.
yeah, yeah, and won't go ahead and take the roasting when he deserves it. And you
Well,
better believe I
the
roasted
dynasty's
him like
just getting
crazy.
started here, Tim.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
That's that's the real question. How many years consecutive do the Lions need to win the division before Packers fans can openly call us a dynasty? Is it 3? Is it 7? I can't wait to see.
They got what, 5 Super Bowls?
I think it's only 4.
Four. Okay.
I think, but I don't care. And honestly, it wouldn't matter if it was 30.
Yeah. And really, the first 2 Super Bowls were not like they are now.
They were a champion like we were a champion.
Right. Yeah. That's basically what they were. Yeah. So it wasn't, you know,
Early
it was,
60s.
yeah. Right. And
But the Packers gave us Barry, right? Who was the guy they took in front of Barry Sanders?
well, wasn't it I think that was the Cowboys that took,
I thought it was the okay. I can't go back that far.
right. It was, because the Cowboys took, Troy Aikman. Yeah. Cowboys took Troy Aikman and we took Barry.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I have news for you. I just Googled on the side. 1989 NFL Draft. 1, Dallas Cowboys, Troy Aikman.
Yep.
2, Green Bay Packers, Tony Mandrich, tackle,
Oh, okay.
Michigan State. Number 3, Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders, running back, Oklahoma State.
All
Tony
right.
Mandrick, something like that, is the gentleman chosen in front of Barry Sanders by the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, you were right.
My favorite draft pick in NFL history,
Hmm.
Tony Mandrich.
Yep, because he gave us Barry.
Oh, I became a
Wow.
football fan mostly because of Barry Sanders.
Hmm.
My childhood was Sundays watching Barry.
Hmm. Yeah, and it was. It, now, what did you think of the run and shoot back then?
I didn't. I was a
You
kid
did.
watching football and I didn't know what I was watching.
Okay.
I was watching Barry score touchdowns.
Yeah. No, I actually think that if they, I think they left it too soon.
Okay.
Yeah, because one of the things I think the run and shoot did for Barry is it opened up
Of
uh,
course.
space so he could run.
That's all he needed.
Yeah, yeah, and
Keep it
un-
easy.
yeah. Unfortunately, the bad part about it is when they scored real quick, and then their defense got tired and stuff like that.
Man.
But I would have liked to have seen them at least one more. Try it for at least one more year because when they had to run and shoot, that was when they first. That was the last time they went to the NFC Championship game. They did get killed by Washington that game, but at that time they said they were going to tweak it and stuff like that. But instead of tweaking it, you they just went ahead and threw the whole system away. And
Now, my only counter is if we would have stayed on the run and shoot, and if we would have been successful, Chris Spielman would have won his title and
mhm,
wouldn't be here today, constantly grasping for one more successful, one more crack at that Super Bowl he would have already had. He probably would have said no to Sheila. He probably would not have hired Brad and Dan, and we probably wouldn't be enjoying half the success we enjoy today, but for the tragedy of leaving the run and shoot back in the 93 season, putting us on this trajectory to the biggest draft in league history and a dominant football team rostered at least.
mhm.
It has to be this way. It's been a sad 30 years, I get it, but we're here,
Oh boy.
and the opportunity is glorious.
Mhm.
So maybe be okay with everything.
Well, you see a bright side in everything, don't you?
I try to.
Yeah.
I try. It's a more of a plan, not a procedure.
Yeah. Right. Now, one thing I do think that because knowing how to knowing why they brought in the run and shoot, um, I think if you compare teams to what we got today, it's better. We got a better team today because
Definitely.
you know the run and shoot was at first brought in for a team that may not have been as good, but
Okay.
but gave them opportunities to score.
Well, they were
So
picking third in the draft. They weren't a good
mhm,
team,
right.
and all of a sudden they had a running back that was on fire,
Hmm.
and kind of like what we got going on. I wonder, could Gibbs be the best running back in the league this year? Recognized nationally? I think so.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, we have the highest paid wide receiver, the
Yep.
best highest paid offensive tackle.
Hmm.
We would have you can't have all of those things be the best in football at the same time and not win almost all of your football games.
Yeah. And you also have the highest paid punter too.
Well, hopefully we never see him.
Right. Exactly. we all know Dad don't like to use a kicker.
Man,
Although I wish he would have tried to kick those darn field goals. And and
no,
I
he
said that
can't. Same thing as
yeah,
before. He has to be who he is. I
that
don't
that that is true. That is
Dan
true.
can't change. Dan can't be someone else. If
I
he's
know.
not if he's not going for it on fourth down, and if Vildor's not bouncing off his face mask, and if Gibbs isn't fumbling it on first down and on the 25-yard line, like
Yeah.
it's the most unfortunate events of a second half of a football game that's going to galvanize this team. Was it miserable to watch? Yes, but let's stay positive.
Hmm.
Look at the road we're on.
Yeah.
Plus, if we would have beat them, those sorry pricks would have drafted in front of us.
That's true.
Had to be this way.
Hmm.
If you want to be the champs, you got to beat the champs,
Yeah.
and let's roll.
But you also need to. We also need to hire a lawyer. You know that.
A lawyer.
Yeah. Because there's somebody we need to vet.
I need you to go on.
Okay. All right. Murphy. We need to evict Murphy from the Lions.
Murphy.
Murphy's Law. I mean,
Oh, we need a lawyer
we
to
need a
evict
lawyer.
Murphy's law. See, that's the same old line creeping in.
No, but we just need to. They had the getting the curse, getting rid of the curse. There's just that one final step that we got to do.
Well,
Just
let's
go ahead and kick. Just go ahead and kick Murphy out. Break his teeth, break his arms. I don't know.
That's not much of an eviction. That's an ass kicking.
Well,
That's assault, brother.
well, okay. It's evicting the Maniac way.
Fair enough. Dutifully so. Oh
Go
my.
ahead. I don't care how we get him out of there, but we just gotta get him out of there.
I think he's already gone, Tim.
Okay.
I think that bridge has been passed.
All right. Okay.
Well, no. Here's the test.
Mm-hmm.
The test is on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
If we can buck that monkey off the back on Thanksgiving, if we have a dominant Thanksgiving game, probably a division game, probably a strong opponent, and we just sit on them for 4 quarters and score points all day, then I think we can celebrate that Murphy's been digested through Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I remember when we used to win about half of our Thanksgiving games.
Me too. It would be the only game we win.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Mm-hmm.
We were an okay team with a strong Thanksgiving. It was we had the Super Bowl draft was our Super Bowl, and our championship was on Thanksgiving, and we were a sub mediocre football team. That's my memory of the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Damn you, John Kitna.
Oh gosh. Oh God. Oh man. All right. Just thinking of that. Oh shoot.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We have one draft pick we haven't spoken of all night long.
Okay.
He plays defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Mekhi Wingo. I don't know why he was a 6th round pick. The mahogany story is his legs aren't the same length. That makes sense. But Wingo is a defensive captain. He wears the heralded 18 jersey at LSU. He's their best defensive lineman. His friends get drafted far earlier, several hundred picks before him. And yet he still there remains due to recovering from an injury 2 years ago. And I don't know why. This man could be the surprise draft pick of the entire class, due simply to the fact that he's the afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a hole for him on this roster, because after Aleem and DJ Reader, who else plays defensive tackle on this team? Broderick Martin, is he ready to play? Maybe.
Right.
Apart from there, I question, do we have defensive tackles? So I think Mingo sees the field early and often. What a draft class to have 2 6th-round picks that could just step out on the field and play today. Nice job, Brad.
He knows his shit.
He's I think, a very good football player and what a name. Wingo.
Right.
The crowd's going to go nuts if he hits quarterbacks.
Oh, gosh.
He's a quick defensive tackle who could hit quarterbacks. And DJ Reader eats double teams.
Yep.
Aleem McNeil could have a very, very good year this year. And if not, here comes Wingo Star in Detroit.
Oh man. Okay. You know what? You just convinced me that Murphy's been kicked out.
I believe so.
Yeah.
This team smells too good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Terrell Williams, the new defensive line coach, and his effect on both Martin, Wingo, and the rest of this group. I don't know who is the star tackle outside of Aiden Hutchinson, but honestly, I don't think it matters.
Right.
Is Davenport able to play 10, 15 games this year? That might be enough.
Mm-hmm.
This linebacking core probably, is this the birth of Jack Campbell? Probably. He's going to introduce himself to the league one of these years. It's probably this one. And then the final question is, it's a secondary that has a bunch of guys that are talented and haven't yet played together.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 guys that played football at Alabama, but after that, it's a bunch of strangers. And it's going to take them a little time to gel, but this is what Aaron Glenn has been waiting for. That if he can't do it with this team, he can't do it at all.
Right.
So do it.
Yeah.
This defense looks fantastic on paper. And the
Okay.
offense is better than it was last year, and last year was top 5 in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go win the damn thing.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Just,
You're
yeah.
turning me into a maniac over here, Phil.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Wait. Shoot. If they, we'll have a maniac party if they win that Super Bowl early.
Cannot wait.
Oh man.
Get our Joey Harrington face tattoos together.
Oh god, that would be awesome. I know Joey Huntington dartboard really.
Dude, I'm sure Joey's a great guy. It wasn't
All
him.
right,
The
I know,
team was so bad.
I know, I know. Yeah. Oh god.
Joey would have been a star if he was on half of the other teams in the league.
Right. And of course, then you you get thrown into when you pick that high, like you said, you're so bad and stuff like that.
I think Bryce Young's a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll ever see it.
Right.
And, good luck,
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams. You got great wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost that bad where with the receiver strength that Caleb Williams has, if he isn't winning games early and often, the pressure will be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, you're the number one. You're the Heisman. You have DJ Moore. You have Rome Odunze. You have this offense. What's going wrong? And the last time I saw him in despair, he was crying to his family on the bench. And he's in Chicago. That's not the kindest place to play football.
Oh no, it's not.
There's a world where
Yeah.
that fails miserably.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people and there's still a lot of Fields fans over there too that like that.
Did you hear that Justin Fields may be a kick returner?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my goodness. If the best Ohio State quarterback turns into a Pittsburgh stealing kick returner, what a world.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh. Exactly.
That can't be true. That must be from the Onion Sports section. Justin Fields kick returner in a preseason game.
Can you just see if he actually got hurt? Oh man, he got hurt kicking, doing kickoffs, kick returns.
It just hits him in the face. He just can't catch.
Fumbles.
Oh no.
Okay, worst case scenario for them. Okay, he goes ahead, gets hurt. All right, returning a kick. Then Wilson goes ahead and gets hurt on the offense. But then you already got Justin Fields hurt because he got hurt returning the kick. So then they need to go ahead.
They have to have a third quarterback then. If you do put Justin Fields as a kick returner, he is not your backup quarterback.
No.
You're just letting that boat sail away. The Justin Fields as a quarterback thing is over. And now you're a special teams gadget. You're the Taysom Hill now I think Justin Fields in a little red zone situation, a little wildcat and pop to the tight end. I think that would work fantastically. I think if you need him, he can handle short yardage, make a guy miss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've watched that highlight every year that I've played this guy. So people didn't like that idea when I thought make Justin Fields Taysom Hill. That's got to be the move.
Oh, so I see Granddad. Hey, Granddad, it's 12. How's it going?
Isn't it our draft? Wait, I thought Grandy was a Lion with us.
Well, actually, he is.
Oh no! I'm gonna learn something I wish I didn't know.
AFC
He
Miami
cheers for a
Dolphins
green
fan.
team. Oh, Dolphins. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with Dolphins
yeah.
fans.
He's
That works.
yeah. But he's associated with a lot of content creators and helps people out.
Excellent.
Yep. So, wow.
And yes, I do love my draft.
Oh yeah, I love it too. I definitely.
See?
Yeah, return punt. Yeah, and Bigfoot invaded London, huh? Oh boy. Well, you had Tim Tebow that was a tight end. Why not have Justin Fields as a kick returner?
I mean, if it gets him on the field.
Well, Fields needs to be on the field. That way he can field the ball.
Fields in open space with the ball in his hand has been his best highlight
Oh yeah.
over and over again. And
Mm,
returning kicks, as hilarious as it sounds, is a rational way to give him an opportunity to be a highlight in a Steelers uniform.
right.
And it also removes the liability of having him throw passes. It sounds like a smart idea.
Right. But then again, you're used to quarterback salaries, and what do? They go ahead and drop him down to a field goal, a kick returner salary.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, yes it is.
I think we're forgetting who the third Steelers quarterback is. Is it still Mason Rudolph, or is he gone?
I think it's still him.
You bring in Russell Wilson, who that he just looks like stale produce.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one.
And Justin, and there's the caveat of the contract. Like if Justin Fields plays a percentage of the games and snaps, whatever the language is,
Hmm.
the contract or the trade is imbalanced, where it's either more picks or a higher value pick, or the round is different. And if he
Right,
doesn't play, or it's a set number of plays, maybe if it's a percentage of plays and it's only the number of kicks in a game, he can only do 3 or 4 of them, and they'll still be
right.
not the value in the trade, so they get to keep the higher value that they would have received.
Yeah. uh, uh,
Who's your guy?
my guy is the cornerback.
We
Uh,
got 2 of them.
yeah, I know. The first one, Arnold.
Terrion Arnold from Alabama.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I, I was just so excited. I mean, not only with how he reacted.
Do
That
you think he looks like Axel Foley, young Eddie Murphy?
yeah, it does.
We need him in the Lions jacket. Whatever car dealership gets him in the Lions jacket on the commercial, they're gonna sell the most cars.
uh,
Whatever Ford dealer gets him in an Axel Foley coat,
I was going to say it better be a Ford car.
yeah. He drives in the Mustang. The whole scene. We got to redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
If he's a star, that will happen.
Hmm. Well, they could always make a car named after him too.
He's got the personality for it.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
fun interview with him and Rich Eisen from a day or so before the draft in Detroit.
Hmm.
That's fantastic. Find the full interview. It's about like a 20-minute YouTube video. They bring in a young kid to ask Terry on questions.
Oh wow.
That's worth your time.
Okay, I will make sure I look. Okay, so he feels bad for Fields, picked by the Bears, who was not very well run. Yep. Like I got this on my small screen, and then I left my
Do you want me
glasses.
to read it for you?
Go ahead, yeah.
I feel bad for Fields, picked by the Bears, who are not very well run. Like they don't have a plan. Then the Steelers, who seem to not knowing what they're doing on offense. And it's true. I mean,
Hmm.
you go to an offense that's sitting there with Mason Rudolph and Russell Wilson. What's the long term? And Najee Harris, they didn't pick up the 5th-year option, so they're resetting on offense, and they really didn't
Right.
draft like a new. Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah. Hmm. And when they finally get where Fields
They
could
got to play
actually,
Miles Garrett twice a year.
mhm. Oh gosh.
I don't think Russell Wilson makes the year. I do think Justin Fields is forced to play quarterback eventually.
Hmm. So what do
You,
you think about that Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr.?
I think it's interesting that the age of the owner changes the emotions of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur, is it Bland? Arthur
Blank,
Bland?
blank.
I think he's in his early 80s,
Mm-hmm.
and he's ready to win a title.
Right.
I think that Super Bowl against Brady really messed up his ownership, his whole trajectory of life. He
Mm-hmm.
wanted a ring, and his hands are bare. And he's doing the Mike Ilitch thing. He's giving too much money to an aging vet to win a title before he dies.
Right.
Here comes Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And the administration, looking at, for some reason, not the owner's intent, draft a quarterback at 8 overall and don't give the quarterback that they do have $150 million invested in another talent that gets to go to Chicago instead, which, oh well.
Right.
Rome Odunze would have been great with Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Bijan Robinson, that sounds like a great offense.
Now, one of the things that I keep thinking of is, like you said, he wants a ring,
Now,
and yeah, he wants a ring now. And the first thing that when they brought in Cousins, they said, yeah, it's gonna make the team better, but it's not gonna make them get a Super Bowl.
that wasn't Arthur Bland's plan.
Right. So yeah, I mean that was all. So I think that that
I mean,
Arthur
Miguel
Blank
Cabrera
just
signed a
said,
big deal.
yeah. So should money and reputation of a quarterback lock you in to playing a guy that could be inferior to a guy that you're paying less money to?
You're going to bench Kirk Cousins
But I'm just okay.
for a rookie Michael Penix with an arm injury this year?
I,
Because of the arm, I think you give Penix a year to develop. You give him the
right.
Hendon Hooker
Hmm.
year. This
Yeah.
is the Kirk Cousins road show, I think, this year.
Hmm.
Unless it falls apart, of course. But I don't think you give Penix a real crack at this apple today.
Okay.
I do think you give J.J. McCarthy a crack at Sam Darnold, but I
Hmm.
think you have too much invested, as you said, with the money and with the contract and with the relationship and with Kirk Cousins bought a golf course in Georgia. That's how much money they paid him. That's not a side anecdote. That's a real. There is a golf course owned by Kirk Cousins. That's a business operating in Atlanta, allegedly,
Right.
based on how much. That's the deal he's living with.
Hmm. Yeah. But
He's got to play.
yeah. But I mean, even before they went ahead and trade, okay, before not traded, but before Kirk Cousins got that deal, Minnesota was talking about they might have been done with Kirk Cousins anyway because he couldn't get the job done.
They had the same stats the few years before
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins than they had the years with Kirk Cousins. But
Hmm.
you'd have to own Walmart to have enough money to spend that much on a quarterback and then throw him away without him doing anything. You'd have to be the Waltons and own some football team and give some quarterback an insane amount of money and then never let him see the field. You'd have to do something that stupid to let Kirk Cousins buy a golf course in Georgia and not play football because you drafted Michael Penix in the first round. I can't imagine that being a real story. Kirk Cousins has to play.
Yeah, which I do agree if that's what gives them the best chance to win, especially now. But like you said,
Even
Penix,
if it didn't,
Armitage, okay,
like if Michael Penix is in camp and he's lighting it up, I'm thinking I'm playing Kirk Cousins just to save face. That's how invested they are in Kirk Cousins. I mean,
yeah,
obviously, if he's so much better, but if they're like even kind of the same, it's got to be Kirk Cousins.
right,
If it's a 51-49, I'm going 49 Kirk Cousins. That's
yeah,
how much money they've invested.
right. But okay, looking at it totally from a fan point of view, and if Penix could get you in that Super Bowl,
The
could
ball
get you
looks
to
great flying off his hands. He throws the ball well.
yeah, and Cousins can't. I'll tell you what, I'm benching Cousins' ass if Penix can get you to there and Cousins can't because
That's a
I
that's a
want that Super
smart
Bowl.
football fit. That's a smart thing to say.
Hmm.
I don't believe it's really what's happening in Atlanta, Georgia. I think $150 million going to Kirk Cousins is weighing the scales in a
Yeah,
way that puts him on the field.
right.
I want to go and play at his golf course.
I I I don't think he would like me to play at the golf course after what I just said.
I'd say chances are the Fields would beat out Derek Carr, but the GM
Yeah,
don't want to be proven wrong, so he won't deviate from Carr. Is
right.
Derek Carr in Pittsburgh?
You know what?
No way. How many quarterbacks are in Pittsburgh right now? I think this might be a
Well,
hypothetical. Maybe it Fields was somewhere else.
yeah. Grandizer's usually pretty well as far as is
Where is I'll Google. Where's Derek
uh
Carr playing? Derek Carr. He's still in. He's a Saint.
okay. Okay, I heard the Viking fans are saying a sucker is born every day because this is your problem now, Falcon.
Amen.
I know, but that's just kind of
But they feel the same way about us taking Marcus Davenport.
right.
They gave Marcus Davenport so much money that in a void year deal this year,
Hmm.
they are still paying Marcus Davenport more than we're paying him. I if it's not remarkably similar. So
Right,
much so that there'll be 2 games against the Vikings where they're paying him more than we are to sack their quarterback. Can't wait to see it.
right.
If he plays 2 games, I hope it's against them.
Hmm. Oh wow. Yeah. What is crazy is that the Falcons head coach Arthur Smith appears to be on the hot seat. So if the Falcons fail to reach the playoffs this year, Smith gets fired, and how the uh, how the new head coach
Perfect.
inherits Phoenix QB.
He didn't want.
He didn't want.
Yeah, now you got a rookie with a new. Yeah, the whole situation. They become the new Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Is Kyle Pitts good?
Could be.
It's too many years for it could be.
I
That's the it could be ship. I think has sailed.
right,
I think
right.
he's either good or you know.
Mm, well, probably not.
I don't think that
Yeah,
star is ever going to flourish. I just
right,
don't.
right,
Same thing
exactly.
with the Jacksonville quarterback.
Mm,
Is Trevor
Uh,
Lawrence a star?
I
right?
Right.
He should be.
Yeah, he has.
But I keep checking the calendar, and
when is it going to pay off? Right.
I thought he was going to be like a Lancelot of like a just a ridiculous NFL football player. I thought he was Peyton Manning 2.0 walking into the league. I was blown away at how that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's been the hole not to fall into.
Right. And but you do gotta say he does got good hair.
Tremendous. But that's all he's got though.
I know.
At least he's got the hair. Like that can't be his trajectory.
No.
Trevor Lawrence, at least he has good hair. That's the slogan. Yikes.
Well, you are one of these guys that looks at the bright side of things, and that's all I could think at. Oh, so.
Giovanni Manu comes into the league, 6'8", 352 pounds in a couple of years, and he's a star. He gets a nickname. We could birth it early. It needs ideas. Put it on the whiteboard. Start brainstorming on Manu's nickname.
Well, we don't want it to be mono. I know.
It can't be.
No, it can't be.
But Giovanni Manu. I do like this little Samoan, Polynesian set. We previously, a few years ago, it was Nigerian. We had tons of Nigerian Detroit Lion players. Now we have Tonga, and we have Penei Sewell, and we have Sione Vaki. We have this nice little Polynesian group growing.
Yep.
I think we should fester that. Let that explode a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Get as many Samoans in here as we can possibly get our hands on.
Hey, then they could all do that Samoan dance.
Get that Detroit, yeah, right. The Detroit, get that going. There's something there.
Now, I don't want that guy that Samoan from Hawaii that. I'm trying to. That Patricia and Quinn drafted. Tavai?
Yeah, Jelani. But Jelani Tavai now, is he not a Pro Bowler, but was he highly regarded as a New England linebacker? Like he finally stepped in. He played well last year.
Right.
He's not a bad football player. Is he a second round pick? No, but he has blossomed into a role with better coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to knock on that.
Yeah. But I actually thought that Quinn and Patricia was more picking for the Patriots.
They were
just using us to get their picks.
They couldn't coach him though.
No.
That's just the end of the story there.
Yeah.
You have to coach and develop, and they missed half the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he didn't. I always said Patricia's main failure was that he didn't know how to use the talent that he had. He only had that tunnel vision of trying to make it the Patriot way, and
I think it's even more sad. I think he failed entirely to develop. I can't imagine a player that got better under Patricia.
Hey, Megan, how's it going?
Still getting over the draft after 4 days wide awake. But yeah, doing well. How are you guys going?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, good afternoon, I should say. Sorry,
is it?
It's still 4 p.m. here. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's morning here. Okay.
Sadly, we may never know if Kyle Pitts is any good. He has not had the greatest quarterbacks to throw to him this whole time in Atlanta, nor a good offense that's tailored to his skill set. It's true. Yeah. Same reason we might not know if Trevor Lawrence is any good.
Oh, I don't. Hasn't. Okay. I'm a Seahawks fan, so I don't watch the Jags a lot, but I thought Lawrence had proven himself, hadn't he? Or did I miss something here?
It proven himself to what level? Because at the time he was Peyton Manning, and he hasn't been that level. He has been a very good, competent. He can run it. He is a franchise quarterback. He is not a elite star in the league, but he has great hair though.
Oh, I love his hair. I'm not usually one that will like a man with long hair, but come on, Trevor wears it.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
It works.
At least he's got good hair. Trevor Lawrence. That's the slogan.
Yeah, as I said, I only ever watched the Jags when the Seahawks play them, and I thought he was going all right.
And that's for the same problem, because he's not the reason to watch them. If he was that guy, if he was the Joe Burrow or whatever quarterback you like as your young elite quarterback, you would find a time to watch him because you have to get your eyes on Trevor Lawrence. And instead, it's only when you stumble into the game because it's what's on. And
the Seahawks, all your team's playing them.
Let's see how good the hair looks today. That's the level of interest you have.
Oh, hang on. He's wearing the ponytail under the helmet. It's going to be a good day today. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't mind him. I was not surprised he was drafted where he was.
Absolutely. But my expectations were a bit higher, and I'm still waiting.
No, okay, that's fair. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, okay.
And
we're all searching for that, the new NFL Jesus.
We have him. His name is Mike McDonald, and he's the new head coach in Seattle. Did we miss
Mike
this?
McDonald. This is another Michigan story.
Ravens D. Let's go. Yes. Mike
Before
McDonald.
he was the Ravens defensive coordinator, he was the Michigan Wolverines defensive coordinator.
Yes.
And it was a glorious few seasons.
Yes, and that's the only time I ever liked Michigan. Good luck to you. As you can probably see by the hat, fight on Trojans.
Okay.
I'm a USC fan.
Welcome to the Big Ten.
Yes,
what
thank you.
What a conference! Yeah. What a conference this became.
Yeah, I don't have very high expectations for us this year, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Welcome to the club.
Sorry, hang on.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Fallout avatar is excellent.
Yeah, she's all the way in Australia.
I would have guessed.
What was it? The accent?
The time, the accent. There's some indicators.
Yeah. There's a few clues.
Who starts week 1 across from Aiden Hutchinson?
Not Will Harris.
But do you like Davenport?
Yeah.
You like James Houston?
Actually, I like Houston.
You like Josh Pascal?
Wow. I still remember how Houston intercepted all those.
Oh, I know.
Those Rodgers passes.
If Houston is healthy, he's a machine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Hudson and Houston.
Oh.
And I mean,
sounds like a law firm.
Yeah, it does.
Houston and Hutchinson. Personal injury lawyers.
Well, that way they can defend themselves against themselves because
have a retainer, we'll sack you.
Sorry, did I hear that you knew Vault Boy? Vault Boy?
I'm familiar, yes, with the avatar there.
Have you played?
I've dabbled in Fallout before, yes.
This year will be my 28th year of playing.
Oh my goodness.
And I will show you. Yep. Don't know if Tim can.
Oh, well done.
I don't know if Tim can big screen me, but that was my Easter gift from my mum for my new Xbox.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I played from day one, sort of lost a little bit along the way, and just started replaying 4, and now back, or 76 finally, and started replaying 4 and in the middle of New Vegas. Did you see the television show? Sorry, Tim, this is not football.
I have not watched the show. I apologize.
No, I've watched it 16 times. All episodes 16 times, and the gentleman who played the ghoul, Walter Goggins, who I adore, actually messaged me on Instagram the other night.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So sorry, Tim. Yeah. We will get back to talking about football.
Hey,
we have a Lions Seahawks game this year, correct?
Yes.
It is scheduled again.
Is it in Seattle? I haven't looked at the schedule. I should know.
I think it's here again.
Oh, no, sorry, you're right. It's one of our away games. Yes, you're right.
For whatever reason. Oh.
I'm really close to wanting to save some coin to get to Detroit to see that.
Tim will take you. I can't. I'd love to see that. You two streaming it in
I'm saving to go back to Seattle for the 50th anniversary in 26.
Well, then make it a road trip.
I'm considering it. I'm doing a tripping back to Seattle because it's also my 50th birthday is that same year. Then I'm going hopefully to New Orleans. I'm 4 months younger than the Seahawks. 1st of August 76, 1st of December.
Beautiful.
Right here. So,
wow.
Yeah, so we're doing a big, in your summer, so sort of around this time, go to Kraken, see the Mariners play, see the Kraken play, and go to Hawks training camp and catching up with people for a big blowout. I actually saw that, and it took me a second to make for the reference to click, Grant, but you can have him. I'm also a Ravens fan, as you know, so we're getting baby Ravens D in Seattle, and I'm not upset about that at all.
Well done.
Yeah. So, draft, fellas, how do you think you went on the draft? I think it was okay, I think.
Yeah, we did pretty good. Yeah. We got who we needed.
What's your grade, Tim, for the draft?
I'd say at least a B+.
Yeah, I'm B+.
Appropriate.
I'm B+ for Seattle as well.
Yeah.
Well,
you trade up 4 of 6 times. You spend a lot. It's an all-in draft.
Right.
This is this is aggressive, but this is a team that should be heavy and aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, for us, we had the new coach, so we didn't know what the hell to expect. What surprised me the most was we didn't go back into the second round.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a little unusual, but there was a report, I think it was on ESPN, where John Schneider explains it, and he had 4 offers to go back into the second round, and he knocked them back. He was not happy with any of what was being offered. So I get up at 5 a.m. for Friday, then don't sleep from Friday to Monday, waiting for these long days for picking. But yeah, I'm a solid B+ for the Seahawks as well. The more I watch Byron Murphy, the more I love him. The more I watch Christian Haynes, I keep saying Haynes, I like him. The rest, yeah, let's just wait and see. I really wanted JPJ or Bowers. I think we got the better deal with Murphy and Haynes, I have to say.
JPJ. We wanted to reunite him with Panay.
So,
yes.
So let me get this. You got PJs and underwear.
Who?
You got PJs and underwear. You guys' name, Haynes Underwear, and you also have pajamas.
Oh, hey, listen, Tim. I'll give you one small piece of advice, brother, and I'm not criticizing at all. I am making no judgments. But when you have to explain a punchline to a joke to an Aussie, You might want to rethink the punchline to the joke. That's all I'm saying. No joke. I thought, hey,
it is PJs and underwear, though.
no, now it's explained. I get it.
Well, I can't help it. You can't get it. It's not my fault.
Hang on. I got to pick one hole in the joke, though. Haynes. Haynes, not Haynes. Hanes.
Oh, the spelling is wrong?
Yes.
The pedantic spell.
The pronunciation is correct, but it's not the same spelling. So I think it works on one level for the punchline of the joke, but being the spelling freak that I am.
Let's be honest. Tim is a stand-up comic.
Is he though? Because he's sitting down.
But doesn't
that make him a sit-down comic?
What's the difference? One doesn't write on paper.
One is standing, one is sitting.
He doesn't spell his jokes.
He has to explain his jokes. That's all I'm saying. I judge not anyone who can do stand-up. It's a win. I couldn't do it. But when you got to explain it, you see what I'm saying, too.
Right. I think you'll tell the joke again in the future. I think you'll tell someone else.
I think you'll work on it. Look, there is.
No, I think you will. I think you'll drop this on a Seahawk fan in the future. That this is the Haynes and underwear draft.
Yes.
It'll be on a.
And the Seahawk fan, the 12 will be awake enough to understand what the heck he meant and not having to explain it.
Got it.
So well on so many levels.
Okay, the company that I work for used to own Haynes, so as soon as you said that, okay.
Yeah, okay.
He locked in.
I want to know I was going to ask if Tim ever modeled the underwear, but my fragile mind does not need to know that.
And often.
And do you know this house, sir?
That's just assumption.
It's
the general confidence of the Maniac. He presents as an underwear model. I was
going to say you were the photographer on the magazine shoots, right, Mike?
As the...
Oh, this is going real wrong.
Wow, Tim, do you see when I come onto your streams, what it goes to? It goes from a high level, well thought out stream to out of frame toilet humor and underwear jokes.
Also spelling lessons too.
Spelling lessons, yes, correct. Oh dear.
Must be the educational channel.
Yeah, and we cannot forget about the good hair, the great hair.
Oh yes, the stylist points in Trevor Lawrence's favour, brought up by all on panel.
He has good hair.
Hey, the fact that he can get that hair under a helmet, a little bit under the helmet, I think that's the mark of a real man. If you can wear hair like that, I had to get a haircut because I couldn't wear a baseball cap, so I would have no chance with the long flowing locks that Mr. Lawrence has.
But it's not a penalty. You can tackle by the ponytail. And probably the worst way to get tackled.
If the only way I'm going to catch Tim is by the ponytail, you best believe I'm grabbing the ponytail.
He's going down.
Oh, God.
Brutal.
See what happens, Tim? You encourage me. You really haven't learned your lesson.
Tim, we haven't talked hip drop yet. This new tackle penalty.
Oh, God.
Oh, can we not? What about the new rule changes? Can you...
But this... But on this hip drop alone, for the season, how many Aiden Hutchinson sacks will be reversed by 15-yard penalties for hip drop tackles? And then further, how many of those will be on third down? Because I think it's 5.
Yeah.
I think it's 5 this season, and that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
You think 5?
I think we'll have 5 sacks by Aiden Hutchinson on a 17-game season with a playoff extension.
Sorry, that's what it meant.
I'm going to say, 17, hopefully 21 games.
Yeah, well, into the offseason. Yeah.
Preseason, maybe. But I think 5, it's probably a bit exaggerated, but 3.5 would be an over-under.
No, I don't. Why is 5?
And I'd take the over. I would guess 5. But if I was going to gamble.
I would take the over on that too, but why is 5 an exaggeration?
I know, right? Because we're the Lions and we're going to get flagged. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, well, hey. You think you get frustrated as Lions fans for the crap you get flagged for?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Correct.
No. Yeah, you guys may have the 12th, the lowest man. Okay. But we got you take it on bad calls. I mean, you guys cannot compare to.
No,
you want to talk about fan crowds? You want to talk about other things? Sure. There's a lot of things you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no, fair point, Tim. But the amount of crap decisions, like, oh, someone sneezed in the crowd, flag. You know.
But the problem here is when that happens, it's you guys are getting treated like the Detroit Lions today. That's the joke.
Oh, yeah.
This is so bad. It's like are we the Lions? That's the joke.
We're in Detroit now wearing Lions on our caps.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you say when you get flagged.
Yeah. But I don't think, having said that, I don't think 5
is a low number.
I think 5 is too low. I want to say 5 plus.
Killing me.
But then again, I don't watch the Lions.
One more time. This is on 3rd down.
Yeah,
ending sack. Thrown a flag because we tackled aggressively.
4 maybe. Okay, that.
If this happens in Detroit, my beer's on the field.
Why waste a good beer?
Because I'm that upset. It's an emotional reaction.
No. What I'm saying is, don't waste the beer. There are other pieces of crap you can throw at the zebras. Okay. Don't waste your money on the beer.
That's an Australian lesson. I appreciate it.
No, I'm just saying. You really, I didn't drink when I was at Lumen, so I don't know what's a beer go for at the football there.
Too much fucking money.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
I understand.
Sure.
It's more for the effect. It's just a joke of the effect that of the frustration. It's time to litter.
That's time to let the beer go. Yeah.
I mean, my friend Jim broke a 4K TV because of that call. He threw a remote control and it stuck right in the
right in the middle where he threw. I'm talking to you.
It was just the preseason.
No. It was training camp, and it was training camp, wasn't it? I'm talking to you via my new Surface Pro tablet, and this thing, I've only had it a year. This thing has nearly gone out the front door onto the road to be hit by a truck so many damn times. Because
in that case, it's better to throw the beer.
Possibly. I don't drink beer that often, but yeah, fair. And see, I come from Australia where what frustrates me about the refereeing in NFL is I come from a rugby background. And if those referees made those type of decisions in, an international game of rugby or even first grade rugby, they would never, ever referee another game of rugby. And that's what frustrates me because, they're held to such a high standard as they should be. Like the crap that goes on in NFL does my head in because I'm not used to seeing that in hockey or
not hockey. Have you watched a UFL game this year?
No, I haven't had a chance.
Just a minute of it. Find your way to watch just 10 minutes of UFL coverage. The transparency with the referees is beautiful.
It is.
Not only do you get the referees with microphones, but you get the in-broadcast referee, instead of it being the actual refs, you get the retired ref, whoever it is that talks.
We get that in rugby.
That guy is actually the referee. So he's talking to the referees on the field, and he's talking to the commentators, and he's telling you the decision in real time. It's just one guy. It's beautiful.
No, we get that in rugby. We also have the ability in rugby to reverse calls.
Perfect. And that's what they have.
Yeah,
you get a challenge in the UFL for anything, as long as you can tell me what the challenge is.
We have it in cricket too. I love cricket as well.
Perfect.
And we have the umpires being questioned. I was an umpire, so at first I didn't like it because it's like, hang on, I made the decision. But now it also holds the umpires in cricket to a higher
level.
Yeah.
Because
Spend 5 minutes. I don't know what your UFL team is. Find one.
It used to be Seattle. I haven't looked yet.
But spend 10 minutes and check the team out, and you'll see very quickly what I believe the NFL should develop into from a officiating standpoint. And
why do you think the NFL wouldn't do it if UFL cricket?
I think it's the precedent. It's the guys that you would have to put on TV have never been on TV in that way before. And they're not interested in being on TV that way again. It's just what they're used to. And since this is a new league with a new opportunity to develop something new, it's there. But again, it's beautiful. And because it's so good, I need to have it. I love the little chip in the ball. Good. It's GPS. The ball's on the field. There's GPS on the field with where the ball is. It's perfect. There's no guessing subjectively where the line should be. Because it kind of looked this way when the referee's running to make a guess. It's just a computer chip on a line with a camera. It's perfect.
Yeah. I remember there was one. I can't remember the call, but it was a Seahawks game and we needed to win the game. And there was like this much space between where they put the chain and where the ball was. And it was called again.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Close enough. We're all watching it on our stream going.
we
Professional football turns into amateur golf, and it's a gimme.
Yeah, we actually seen this on the Lions. I think it was Lions Saints game where the ref picked up the ball and brought it back so the line or brought it forward so that the Saints could get a first down.
Yeah, and it's
actually walked it.
Yes, it's like, well, the one I saw for the Seahawks, I can't remember who. I can't even remember who. It's like you see there's a gap. So you see where the chain got put down. You see the toe of the referee's foot. And then you see the point of the ball. And I'm like, what is this? And we clipped it. My friend Brandon clipped it. And he said, is it just, and he posted it to his community page, and he said, is it just me watching this, or is there a gap? And, every 12's throwing their hands up and going, it's a gap. The NFL even said it was a gap, because someone asked them in one of their press conferences, was there a gap in the Seahawks game? And they're like, yeah. So it's like, okay, nothing gets done, and it happens again to the Lions or some other team a few weeks later. It does my head in. It really, really does.
Right.
I'm still eligible.
For what?
To catch the pass that we didn't get to score.
Right, yeah.
Against the Cowboys.
Yeah. I mean, we go ahead and we tell.
We told the referee.
Yeah.
Taylor Decker.
I would like to tell the referees what I really think of them in the NFL, but A, I want to be able to go back to Seattle, and B, I don't want Tim to lose his YouTube channel. So I'm just not going to say a word, but I think you know what I'm
optimistic. I'll always believe they're doing their best. People make mistakes.
Oh, look, I've umpired cricket where it's like baseball. You have a small ball that feels like a brick when you get hit by it. Coming at you at 100 kilometers an hour, you have 0.2 of a second to decide what your choice is. And then you've got all the armchair critics like myself who go, you got that wrong after watching 50,000 freeze frame replays, which you don't have on the field. So I do have a degree of sympathy for them, but also one, like the thing with the chain in Seattle. Okay, once you go, it happens, it's a mistake. Okay, but when it continually happens with nothing done to change the rule, the consequence, whatever, that's when I get pissy at the referees. And Tim's laughing because we've had that conversation.
No, okay. The last Monday night game that Stafford played against the Green Bay slacker crappers or whatever the frick you want to call them.
We're familiar.
Artificially was given the victory because I'll never in a million years given the credit for the W because they did not win it. It was freaking 4 bad calls, 2 of them right after each other, illegal hands to the face, where right after each other, they go ahead and give Green Bay a first down, Aaron Rodgers. It was BS. I mean,
okay, we won the game, but last year we played Kansas City week 1. The guy lined up offsides the whole game.
Right.
We've had that, but it's interesting.
And then it became a thing for other teams to talk about, and other guys got penalized, but, sucks to be us.
Right.
Yeah, no, we've had that happen with the 49ers. They are so blatantly offside that when we think, hey, they're letting that go, we'll do it. Oh, yeah, the Seahawks get pinged for it. The 49ers won't, ever. Yeah, same thing. It's like, okay, well, it's like in baseball where your strike zone is in baseball. Be consistent. If you're letting them get away with it in this game, I don't care what you do next time the Lions are playing the Seahawks or whatever, be consistent. Right. If you are not doing it for one, don't start doing it to us. Or if you're doing it to us, you make sure you do it to them. Yeah. Sorry, Tim, I'm ranting again. The Maniac is coming out. My apologies.
Tim, did you lose baseball coverage on TV?
No.
That happened in local Detroit. I guess Bally Sports shut down.
Oh, actually, we did. Comcast isn't carrying that because, like you said, they're in.
So you lost baseball on TV.
Yeah.
And so you just need a new way to watch. You're just not going to watch games, or you not care because the team's mediocre.
Who's your team in Detroit?
The Tigers.
The Tigers.
Yeah, Mariners. Come join us on Amazon Prime for the Mariners, boys. Top of the division. Just saying. Not sure how long we'll stay there after we played like shit yesterday, but
That's a tough move. I think Tim's been Are you a Tigers fan, Tim?
Yes, I am a Tigers fan.
Yeah, do you watch games?
Sometimes.
Not anymore.
Clearly not if you haven't got it on TV, Tim.
It just shut down.
I know.
Like the last 2 days, a day or so ago. Big news. Bally Sports bankruptcy. No more TV coverage for the baseball games.
That's why Bally Sports and Root.
I don't know if it's national.
Go with the Kraken, because Root Sports let go of the Kraken in Seattle, and it's going.
You can watch the games, but you have to pay for the app and the subscription to it, and I guess it's like $20 to watch the Tigers. That's not my game.
Right.
I like the Tigers.
And $20 if they're on a losing streak, like the Mariners were at the beginning of the year. Yeah, no.
We're okay. No. We're a good mediocre team. We're not,
No, I'm saying if it was me, watching the Mariners lose and having to pay $20 for it a month or whatever.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm out on $20 a month to watch baseball.
No, I'll go and watch the Kraken lose and not have to pay for it because I get it as part of my sports subscription on cable TV.
What a wild time. I never would have thought Tigers aren't on TV in Detroit. The Tigers are beloved in Detroit.
Right.
So will somebody else pick it up?
We'll see. That depends. That's a money question.
Mm-hmm. And it's also with
licensing
bankruptcy.
And then contracts and lawyers and
Same down here for sport down here.
Bureaucracy and politics.
Yeah.
It's a sad story.
Murphy needs a new home. Can he move into Seattle?
That would be beautiful.
Who?
Murphy needs a new home. Can he move into
which Murphy?
Just take him.
Well, what do I? You're giving him away, so my little Seattle brain's going.
Your suspicions are well founded, Tim.
I'll even give you a draft choice to be named later.
Oh my!
No! I want the
later.
first freak. No,
Later.
and hell no. We get comp picks next year, and we're getting a whole bloody handful of them. And I want your first round pick from now till doomsday for me to consider this.
That's probably
from
reasonable.
now for the next 500 years, and we might.
Tim's considering it's a reasonable trade.
I can see Tim's thinking.
It's reasonable.
But then every piece of crap goes with it too.
Right, of course.
I mean, you get Murphy, but you get everything that comes with Murphy.
Listen, I'm one for repurposing and recycling. We'll, as we did with Russell Wilson, we'll just pass it to Denver. You know,
actually, I would much rather send Murphy to Green Bay.
I think it works.
Okay, I know you don't like Green Bay, Tim, but really, you would just give
Tim's
them
side counsel. I think
Tim, I think you need to talk to your lawyers.
I think we propose. I think we propose. This deal is nice.
Okay. No, this deal is null and void.
We just asked for DK Murphy too.
And the litigators are in question.
Well, I was just going to go ahead. Not only, there's
first round picks forever.
But yeah, first
round pick.
Okay. But you also with Murphy. Okay, I will give you that deal, but then you also got to take the Lions' bad cause with them.
That's
not
all
only do you get Murphy. Not only do you get Murphy. Okay,
that's a given.
That's a given. That is fair and reasonable.
That's reasonable.
Now, my counter offer to this on behalf of Seattle.
We need DK though. We need DK.
Forget you, clown. DK is. No. Firstly,
it's a 1-for-1. It's a body on body.
No, it's a 1-for-1. My foot, which is now currently up to
picks. You get the picks.
Proposing this. Firstly,
you're growing a new team.
Firstly, if you want DK Metcalf, you are clearing every bad contract currently on the books, and that includes Leonard Williams. Tim, fill him in on how much I hate that pick. I hate that. So firstly, you will be clearing all of our debts. Also for the VMAC and Lumen Field. Secondly, if you want DK Metcalf on this deal, I reserve the right to take your first round picks from now till the end of this coming millennium. Not this one we are currently in, the next one. None of us are going to be here to see it, but just trust me on this.
Whatever it takes.
I think that will be my opening gambit on the negotiations, gentlemen. Talk amongst yourselves and get back.
I think we're sold. I think we're in full agreement that's totally fine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Let's. I'll just send that to my lawyers. I'll send it to my lawyers. I'll send it. Yeah. No.
I'll be there tomorrow.
There's one more stipulation. Even though we do take the money, you guys still get the cap hit.
No, they get Murphy. That's all they get.
No. Timothy, I was going to be happy. Oh no, hang on. I'm taking your cap hit, or you're taking mine because
Who cares?
I already.
They get Murphy. Murphy's gone. Life's good.
Yeah, Tim's like, I don't give a toss if it's 43 million or whatever the hell it is for DK. Firstly, we get DK, and secondly, Murphy is out of Detroit. How is this failing for me?
Win.
I see what you're doing here. And no, sorry, my lawyers have come back already on email and gone, you're kidding. We will have to renegotiate, gentlemen, but I am more than willing to keep the negotiations open as long as you take I was going to say you could take Russell, but you'd have to talk to Denver. Oh, no, wait, the Steelers. And may he do what? God help the Steelers. I actually feel pity for the Steelers for the first time.
What a weird situation the Steelers are. What a weird team. If not the Falcons, the weirdest team.
Right.
No, yeah.
This Penix Cousins situation is beautiful.
If you are giving me the choice between the Falcons and the Steelers,
who
I'm supporting,
yes,
I'm on Atlanta.
Of course. But the Falcons have this aging owner situation that's really complicating a story. This is a team that could develop and be very good for a long time, and they have an owner that wants to spend everything to win today. And that doesn't balance, and that's why Atlanta's funny. Atlanta has to figure out what they are. Are they a young team improving, or are they winning it all this year?
Yeah, and that's the thing when we were watching the Atlanta picks with the Seahawks. We're like, we like it, but it's a little, this is no disrespect to anyone with bipolar or schizophrenia. It's a little schizophrenic here. What are they doing? Because we have a saying for our trust the process, there is a plan in place, even though we don't know it. It's like, okay, this is wait, what? Literally, we're watching Atlanta pick going, okay, yeah. Huh?
Oh,
wait, what?
The reaction videos online are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we weren't streaming like this, but we were watching, and I guarantee my friend was on screen, and I guarantee you, what I just did with my face and the reactions was his all the way through Atlanta. It's like, what is going on? But then you hear afterwards that they wanted this guy, and he went before their, so their whole, from what I'm hearing from Atlanta, their whole plan went out the window. So they were ad-libbing and sort of making it up. But yeah, there was the other two. Oh, the Cardinals. My brother loves. Yes, Grandizer. And do you realize we don't actually drink Fosters in this country because we export it to you fools in the US who actually enjoy it. If I said it was like horse's piss, I'd be insulting the horse's piss. Not that I drink that to no gentleman, just what I'm told.
It's Australia.
So in other words, you don't believe anything? Is that what you're telling me?
From those who haven't drunk it. And actually, Foster's has not been sold in this country for the last 22 years. I don't remember the last time I saw Foster's on tap at a pub. It hasn't been for a while. But hey, you fools enjoy it. We'll take the money for it. Thank us later. Yeah, so yeah, I was awake for 4 days. I'm still trying to catch up on sleep for the draft, but for both our teams, I don't think it was too bad.
So what? You don't seem very much different than the last time I talked to you.
As I said, we went from an A+ to a B+, but as I said, we didn't really have any idea what Mike was going to do or what the plan was. But even with that in mind, it went as I expected. Like, the only thing that really, really shocked me was that we didn't go back into the second.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought, or even move back in that first round. I'm glad we didn't, because as you know, Tim, I've always been, if we've got picks in the first, no matter where they are, you hold fast, which we've done. I'm still looking at UDFA. We got Tua's brother, who was supposed to be going to Miami. He's on our practice squad at the moment. That's the only one I've really paid attention to. So hopefully something will come of that. But
because you said Tua's brother, have you learned to say his name yet?
Tagli. Oh. I think I'm half a friggin' sleep. Have you? I just say Tua's brother. I can't even say his name because
that's
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Tua's brother, who was supposed to go to Miami to follow his brother, is how he is known. That surprised me. I love Tua. I don't think he's as good as he could be, particularly in Miami. So when I saw that after I woke up on Tuesday morning, I was like,
I wonder if Mike coached against him. Was there a Michigan game in Maryland? Did that happen?
I have heard that it has, but I've not been able to find it. And that's what I've heard. As I said, I've started a new job, so I really haven't had any time to dissect the draft yet.
I think it did.
That sounds right to me. But see, what I love is I don't like the Harbors. The only Harbor I like is in
Baltimore.
You're a Seattle fan. No, but the only one I like is in Baltimore.
But they work well together.
So tell me, is it the reason you don't like Mr. Jim? Is that because he used to coach your 49ers? That you?
Yes, it is. That is you nailed it. Having said that, the tenure at Michigan was interesting. I think Michigan, the Huskies. I'm not a true Husky fan. I mean, if it's on my TV or my computer, I'll watch it. the amount of Huskies that went in this draft, that blew my mind. Now, I'm not saying they're a bad program, because they're not, or they weren't. But even then, the amount of Huskies that went just was insane. But as you know, my boy Caleb went number one, to the surprise of no one. Hang on, where is he? Hang on. Let me just grab this. My boy
Well,
Caleb.
okay, because of where he went, the more times that I get to see Caleb Williams, and I don't care whoever's playing him, unless Green Bay, the more time I get to see Caleb Williams knocked on his ass, the better it is for me. Knock him on his ass!
I'm sorry, Tim, did you say something? I just zoned out there looking at that helmet.
Right. I said the more, unless they're playing Green Bay, the more.
What? Hang on. Whoa. You want Caleb knocked on his ass unless it's Green Bay?
Unless they're playing Green Bay. Because I do want Chicago to beat Green Bay.
You might not know this.
Oh, okay.
Megan,
hang on.
The record has to end.
Everyone else is going to knock him on his ass. Why is it Green Bay? But no, you want to agree. Okay.
We want Chicago to beat them once. It's getting ridiculous. Is it 9, 13? I forget the record is. He's brought in to beat that record.
Right.
Yes. But see, I mean, it was a gimme that he was going to Chicago. Is Chicago the right place for him? Would he have gone to Chicago if he was lower, or later draft pick?
Chicago is no one's first choice to go be a quarterback.
No, that's what I'm saying. If Chicago were going for him late, say God forbid he dropped to the third round, wasn't going to happen, but go with me. Would he want to go to Chicago in the second or third round?
Chicago's no one's first choice for quarterback.
No,
that's what I'm saying. And the only reason they got Caleb was he was first pick, right? Am I wrong in saying that?
I mean,
but
either way,
unfortunately, still
Chicago picked Caleb. Caleb didn't pick Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To the story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would have been interesting.
At the same time, he didn't pull like Elway or Manning that went ahead and said, "I'm not going there either."
Well,
no, because Joey Harrington didn't pick Detroit.
There was talk if Arizona aimed for him that he was going to refuse Arizona, and that would have pissed my brother off so beautifully because he wanted Caleb in Arizona, and I'm like, yeah, good luck. I've got more of a chance of getting him in Seattle than you have in Arizona. Arizona was the one he said, hell no, and I don't blame him for that because that's a dumpster fire every year.
I just want Caleb Williams knocked into next week. That's all.
Tim, I want you knocked in. I want you knocked into
quarterback. Who's your favorite NFC West quarterback not in Seattle? Are you a Stafford fan? Are you a Purdy believer? Are you a Kyler Murray fanatic? So all of those getting knocked out.
I'm a Stafford stan. I've always loved that.
That's fair. He's an easy guy to support.
He's an easy guy to like, and he's had so many ongoing things going on. But actually now for Seattle, as much as I love Geno and I wore his jersey the other day, I'm on Sam Howell. I love Sam, and the fact he was wasted for those few years in Washington is a crime. But I'm very glad that we got Sam, and I hope he does better than. It's not going to be hard to do better than Drew Lock behind Geno.
Who's the starting quarterback?
It's Geno.
Week 6. Okay.
Week 6, Geno. Not that I want Geno to get injured or anything, but I hope.
I think it is Geno's team until he.
My friend Brandon on our stream this morning pretty much summed it up for me. It's Geno's team till it's not.
Right, like that. That would be my thought.
Yeah. I do want Sam to. I think Sam will probably get a run in the preseason. I don't think Mike is not wanting to risk Geno. That kind of sounds wrong. But for me, I think Sam will probably get one game in the preseason, maybe two, just to get him used to the way things run. But yeah, it's Gino's team till it's not.
Yeah. But if you were coach, who would you put in?
I'd put, you talking pre or regular season?
I'm talking regular season. Who gives you the best chance to win?
It's week 6 on the road to Pittsburgh, say.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
who gives you
in traveling to Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh week 6?
It's bad weather.
Bad weather, depending where we are, roughly, I'm still putting in Gino, but I'm fully expecting to have to yank him mid-game to give Sam a go.
Sam's getting some practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, actually, no. If it's bad weather on the road, week 6 to Pittsburgh, I take that back. I'm putting Sam in. Not because I don't believe Gino could do well in Pittsburgh. It's just I don't want to risk Sam either.
I like the depth of the hypothetical.
I'm going to probably put Sam in just to give Gino a week off. As I said, depending on record and if he's carrying something. I take it back. Sam, week 6 in Pittsburgh. But dependent on a few things. Dependent if he gets a game in the preseason, how well he does. Depending on the record by week 6. Yeah.
Although I believe you, I don't think you hold the majority opinion of your fan base.
No, I don't. I know that because that question was asked. Oh, not that question, but
forms of, right. I understand.
That's my personal opinion, but
it's Gino's team until it isn't.
I love Gino, so I'm not going to be upset if Gino goes in at week 6, because I do love Gino. But if you're saying, if I'm the coach, if I'm Mike saying,
you have a brand new defensive coach, it makes sense that it's Gino's team until it isn't.
Perfectly. But as I said,
keep it what it is. Right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The amount of fans in the 12s who want Gino gone, even now,
60-40?
80-20.
Come on.
No, I am not kidding.
Wow.
And it's like, what else does that poor bastard got to do to prove himself to you effers? Excuse my language, Tim, but again, this brings out the maniac in me. Everyone said he's going to suck without Russell. Russell made him. Then we're hearing he's going to suck it with a new coach. Well, he hasn't played a snap with the new coach, so unless you know something I don't, you have Nostradamus here, people. Give the guy a chance. And to the point on Twitter X, he's just said, enough of the BS with Sam Howell. I am QB1 till I'm not. Deal with it. And good on him for saying it. But then it's like, oh, no, no, you're not. No, you're not. It's like, really? I just got extended and told I was. It's mind-blowing. Maybe 75-25 for the 12s that want him gone. And it's like, then you get the 12s again this morning. Not all of them on our chat. We've got a very good fair chat fan base. Why didn't we go QB?
Mm-hmm.
We just friggin' signed Sam Howell. Try and keep up, people.
How old is Sam Howell?
Sam Howell will be 24 this year.
Right, he's just getting into himself.
He's a baby.
Right.
And everyone's saying, oh, he sucks as a player. Of course.
That's amazing that Hendon Hooker's older
Tom
than Sam
Brady
Howell.
is going to...
That's wild.
I'm sorry. Tom Brady himself is going to suck at the Commanders.
True. Where you play is better, more important than how you play.
Tom is the absolute GOAT, but you put him in a team like the Commanders, how is he going to succeed? Same with Sam. If you look at the shitstorm that
Trevor
the Commanders
Lawrence's hair would look better if he played somewhere else.
Exactly. And when we got him, I'm like, well, I love the kid. He hasn't had a good chance. And Mike has said, McDonald said himself, we are not going QB. We have our 2 QBs, and no team sits on 3 or 4 QBs.
So is Caleb Williams the guy that breaks the Chicago curse? Is he that dude?
I've seen him live, and as I said, I am a USC fan.
He's that guy?
I think he can be.
Can be. Is he that guy?
Will be. That's it. I want to say yes because I love him. I've got his jersey. I've got the helmet, as you saw.
So many have tried before.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The mountain of Chicago quarterback play is a bleak world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the roster looks good. Like it should.
This is the best roster I think Chicago have had in a while.
Which is why you already have could. You probably also have should. But
will he definitively?
Right.
I wish I could say yes.
Right?
No, I'm with you on he should be. Will he be? I love him.
Would you put your money on him being it? I mean, we know he should be. He could be.
Yes, in Chicago, yes, I would.
So how much? I mean, we're not bad.
You're talking Australian.
How much
She's
money
confident.
would you put in?
There's no need to.
Look, I will preface this by saying I've been a USC fan since Pete Carroll's time at USC, so close to 27 years.
Take the USC out of it.
Yeah.
Take the player. I don't care where he went.
I saw him.
The player.
I saw him tear apart Rice to the tune of 66. Well, him and USC tear apart Rice 66-9.
Rice.
Now,
Rice. Rice.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so not a good comparison.
Rice. I'm sorry.
Are you right? Yes, I believe
Rice.
I said rice. I don't mean fried rice.
I didn't know they had a football team. I'm just Rice.
They had a football team for close to 120
we drafted
years.
a guy from British Columbia. I didn't know they had a football team. Learning new schools all the time.
We have what's called the 12 North, which are our fans in Canada. And they didn't know there was a team that drafted.
See, this guy is out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. He's not playing this year.
To get back to Caleb.
My fault.
I'm confident he can. As I said, should? Yeah, I'd lay money on. Will? Depends what Chicago put around him. Chicago need to have the... And I believe they can. Again, they can.
How will his confidence and personality maintain if it doesn't start fantastic? Is he a guy that is diligent?
Be arrogant. I have heard US Trojan fans say he's arrogant, but I don't think it's misplaced. You know how you get some arrogant people that are so full of their own shit. If you tap them on the shoulder, they're going to explode and crap will go everywhere. He's not that guy. He has been blessed with what he's been given and allowed to do. Now, of course, college football to NFL, the added, somebody said to me, well, what about the added pressure of being the first pick? I don't think, being the Heisman winner, all of that hype, it played on him a little at the end of last year. But then again, USC had a lot of injuries, no excuses there. Some of the coaching was debatable. I personally believe, and again, not because I'm a Caleb fan, that if Chicago play him the right way, he can do well and should do well. Will he do well? Well, that depends on what's put in around him. It's a very evasive answer.
Right, because it's not addressing the question, I don't think. I think because our guy's J.J. McCarthy. He's now in Minnesota. And he meditates in goalposts, and he is absolutely the same quarterback day in and day out. It's that routine drives his success. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if Caleb is, while extremely talented, and the highlights are fantastic, if he is approached with not victory early in his career, is he a guy that will maintain that same steadfast approach, or will he buckle under the pressure as so many Chicago quarterbacks before him who are no longer in the league?
I don't believe he will buckle because there was plenty of pressure on him
at USC, and he succeeded through it.
And he seemed to. Now, all that was what he was showing the cameras. Now, what happens off camera? Unless you're in the room, you don't know. To me, yes, I think he can manage it, again, with the right people around him as the support crew. And I don't mean the team necessarily. I mean,
your family is your foundation, of course.
Your friends, being around the right people in the right circumstance.
Good luck in Chicago.
Yeah. Best of luck, brother. Yes, I believe that he can.
I love throwing shade to cities for no reason.
He can have a temper when not under pressure so much, but if things are going wrong, he might start yelling and screaming. But I've only seen that in all the time I've watched him at USC. I think I saw that 3 times. And things were pretty, dire. But in terms... Sorry,
there was a magical USC-Utah game.
Mm-hmm.
Our new running back, Sione Vaki, scored multiple touchdowns.
Yep. That's the one I'm thinking of.
You remember this game. Tell us about Vaki. Do you remember him?
I like him. I liked him and was like, why? Because I heard, and I'm not sure if I remember this correctly, USC were in line for him.
Okay.
And they dipped on him. I can't remember for the lot. As I said, I might be misremembering this. I liked him. I like any of the Islanders. I'm sorry, that's wrong term.
Well done. Polynesian, that's what I go with.
Polynesian, thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And that comes from my love of rugby, because we have a lot of Polynesians playing rugby.
The Blacks.
The All Blacks. Hey, do not take the name of the greatest rugby team, and I say this as an Australian, ever.
Understood.
I thought it was interesting, and I love the Polynesian players. I love the fact that we've got another Aussie in the league.
I like this guy.
Dixon, Wachowski. Oh, I can't think of it. And this
Panay Sewell.
Panay Sewell.
We're lining them up. Giovanni Manu's from Tonga. That's this guy.
Yeah. Daniel Palale from my Ravens was born and raised in Melbourne. I love that.
Open up a new wing in the cafeteria.
We actually have just been announced in Melbourne. No, is it Sydney or Melbourne, that the NFL Academy is coming in 4 years. So we are going to have an academy in Australia for our players.
It's too late. It should already be there. It's a decade late.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
I'm thinking it's 20 years too
I'm
late.
looking at field goal kickers that are terrible, and I know there's a whole continent of guys in Australia that would do a better job.
I will neither confirm or deny I knew Michael Dixon, our Seahawks punter in Sydney.
Yeah.
Very sort of remotely.
That's what we should do with Tim. Send Tim out to Australia. Let him scout kickers.
He has his cousin. His cousin is one that's being currently scouted.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, look. To be honest with Caleb, I wish him the best of luck. I hope Chicago treat him well. And by that, I don't mean special favors or special treatment.
I know what you mean.
No, they got to treat him like a franchise developing quarterback. They got to do the same. He's their savior for the season. He has to be. If they are successful, it's through Caleb Williams.
And if he's not, okay, don't be afraid to kick him down again. What
the bar is CJ Stroud.
You think?
I think that's the goal.
Oh, yeah.
He's the rookie. CJ Stroud last year set rookie records as a quarterback. He is the modern. That's the goal. If you draft a quarterback and he's better than CJ Stroud, your team is on the right track. And if he's not, now you're in the Bryce Young world, and now you're wondering how hot your seat is and how long your career is and whether or not you should get another year at the country club next year. Like that's the decisions you start making.
Right.
CJ Stroud becomes now the new barometer for quarterback success. It's just my running opinion.
No, actually, now I think about it, yeah. I would love Caleb to be the next CJ Stroud.
I wouldn't.
Oh, I would.
I'm a Lions fan. That sounds terrible. No, thank you.
Now, we went ahead and traded him to the 49ers, yeah, I won't have a problem with that.
Right, no problem there.
Yeah,
I have nothing against the guy.
The
logos matter.
Tim, if that happened, you would then hear me on every stream from now till the end of his career bitching that he went to the 49ers and selling his helmet because he went to the 49ers.
Okay. So tell me, if he went to the 49ers, would you want to see him knocked on his ass a lot?
I want to see the Seahawks knock him on his ass. Whoever that
anybody but Green Bay.
Byron Murphy, I'm thinking of you there, brother. Look, if I don't think I can see. I don't think I can see.
In other words, your love for Seattle, your love for Seattle is greater than your love for Caleb Williams.
Yes. Oh no, actually no, because my love of USC started with Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll's no longer in Seattle, so I go back to loving Pete Carroll and the Trojans.
Reggie Bush got his Heisman back. It's okay.
Yes, yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Notably, Pete hasn't said anything yet.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
I think his life moves on. I think that's all that is.
Yeah, I think he's like, oh, congratulations, great for you, Reggie. I'm out. What I want to, I want to see any 49ers player put on their ass by Seattle or any other team.
Cheer for the logo, of course.
If it's Caleb Williams being put on his ass because he's wearing a 49ers red and gold.
Excellent.
So be it.
That's all it takes.
I love Caleb. Seeing him lead, I had flown in to LA 3 days before that game. And I don't know if you know the Coliseum. It's where the 1984 Olympics opening and closing ceremonies were held. There's a lot of history there. And I was in tears from start to finish because that was a lifelong dream, as was going to Seattle and being under the 12th flag at Lumen. So for me to see him and everyone asked me after, Caleb, is he the real deal? Yes, for me he was. Will he be in the NFL? I hope so. I hope, as I said, Chicago.
Tim, this kills me. This is exactly how I feel about JJ.
Yeah, and we have our players that we feel that, whether it's JJ, Caleb.
But he's in my division. Right. He didn't go to the NFC North or the NFC West. He stayed here. He's wearing purple now, and this is breaking my heart because I got to boo him relentlessly.
The Vikes are my third team, second in purple. We'll just
Your third team is the Vikings?
Yep. Seahawks,
I tolerate the Ravens, but based on our recent years together, the Seahawks and Vikings are similar to me in there.
Yeah, I get that.
Leave them outside.
Yeah, no, each to their own. Look, as I said, I don't want Tim thrown off YouTube if I really tell you how I feel.
Of course.
I just want a good season.
Amen.
With the new coach and the new people, new players. I think the last time I was this hyped for a Seahawks season was when we did before the Super Bowl run in 2012. No, yeah, 2012 onwards. Ultimately, as somebody said to me the other night, I was told that the Seahawks have no identity because we're rebuilding. And I smiled and said, yeah, that's the whole point, because no one knows what Mike McDonald's going to do in Seattle.
He doesn't either.
No, that's what I was about to say. He doesn't either. We get it after the draft and the players that were cut and the moves that were made.
It's time to make a game plan. No, he's going to be a fantastic coach.
We're starting to get an idea. Now, ultimately, we sit on streams like this saying, oh, Mike's going to do this and this, and it'll be baby Ravens D, and we'll do this, and then go to the draft, and that gets all blown out. But I love the fact, the first time in our chat after the draft, we're not bitching about the draft. Could have been better, yeah. I would have liked this guy here instead of that guy there, yeah. But you get that any draft, no matter if it's an A++ or an F. You always get that debate. But I have not seen the 12s hyped since the days of the LOB, the days where the very real thought of making a Super Bowl run for the Seahawks became a possibility. Even in 2010, when Pete Carroll and John Schneider came.
That's exactly why we had the largest capacity draft over the draft. We now have, it's crazy to say, legit Super Bowl aspirations in Detroit right now.
And you should. Your draft
feels crazy, but if we don't make
what
the bowl this year, it's a disappointment.
Yeah, it is.
Period.
I'm not saying Seattle will go to the bowl this year. We probably wait for a couple of years, and that's fine. But that level of excitement, what you're saying,
right?
With
it's growing.
How you're feeling at a possible run for you guys is what I'm feeling.
You're in year one. We're in year 3.
Year 1.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Even when Russell left, year 1 after Russell, we were excited. We had that draft with those brilliant picks after the trade. But I'm even beyond that. I was hyped for that. But this is that's here, and I'm probably here.
I have playoff expectations as a Lions fan. That's not a.
Oh, you should.
But it's. I've been a Lions fan. I haven't had playoff expectations, and now.
And now they're there. Yeah.
I have, damn it, playoff expectations.
But I would say, as a Seahawks fan who's had them for the last few years and failed, temper them. Now, I'm not saying don't be excited. No, go ahead. You guys deserve it. But just keep it in perspective that if it doesn't happen,
for Detroiters.
Flame
out.
We have been hammering that down for so long.
And Tim's looking at me like, don't come in here and rain on our parade, 12. Don't you dare rain on our parade. We're going to the goddamn Super Bowl, and we are not going to hear anything.
Pants off, dance off. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, sun's out, guns out. Let's freaking go, Lions. But you know what I mean?
On this note, I do have to call this an early evening. I must say adieu. This was so much fun, Tim. Thank you for having me. But if I don't cut it off and take off now, I'll be on here for several more hours.
We could just.
No, I need to go because I'm doing a live stream.
I don't want to cut. I don't want to cut the show off though. Please keep going. But just let me just slide out. Say good night, and I hope to see you another time.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, man. Yeah, definitely.
No, I like Grandizer. I don't know if you're drinking the Fosters today. We don't have Fosters. We have not had Fosters for 25 years because we send it to you idiots in the States who drink it. Now, I'm not saying you idiot meaning you, Tim. I'm talking idiot meaning Grandizer. And Grandizer, you have the number 12 in your name. All right, so enough with the 12 slander. Okay? Thank you. All right, sorry, Tim. I've got that out of my system there. You're right there?
I'm all right, yeah.
See, Tim is even choking on his disgust of Foster's, Grandizer. What are you doing to the man? What are you doing to the poor man?
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, the cure for that, okay, you know, I mean, is the Lions winning. That's a cure for the disgust. That's the, you know, seeing Caleb Williams knocked in his ass a lot of times this year. That's also a cure for that.
I heard Caleb knocks you on the up. No, never mind. Wow, said that out loud. Sorry. Sorry. Inside voice. I think it's going to be a great year for a lot of teams. The Lions, the Seahawks, the Ravens. But yeah, I mean, I just want a good season, Tim. I want to be competitive. That's all I want.
I want to be dominant. That's what I want. I'm not going to lie. I want to be dominant. I want to be, you know, I want the Lions to be styling and profiling, in charge, large and in charge. That's
large and in charge. Yeah, go for it.
Large and in charge. And go ahead. I want to see what any
who's in your division? Jog my memory.
Okay. Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Your Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're gonna watch
Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears.
Well, why can't you be dominant? Why, with that, okay, Chicago aside because of Caleb, why can't you be dominant? Why can't you go top of the division and stay there? Is there any reason? Okay, injuries, maybe. But really? You can't go.
Well, okay, you still got you still got Jordan Love, which did not look great at the beginning of the season, but did develop into an awesome quarterback at the end of the season. He can go ahead and complete passes without having both of his feet planted. That's the type of quarterback Jordan Love can be. You know, you also have Chicago, which is rising, which did bring. I mean, there's still that question mark. Then you got J.J. McCaffrey with the Minnesota Vikings. Is he an upgrade from Kirk Cousins?
Very well. I think so. As a Vikes fan and loving Kirk, yeah. Well, it's a little hard not to be an upgrade, isn't it?
Right. So I mean, it's possible, and it's possibly it could be depending on what Chicago does. We could be the most competitive, maybe even the best division in the NFL. But I mean, you still got to look at where you still got where the Baltimore, where their division is still top notch with all those teams in there. But you got the Lions division, NFC North, man, that's something else too.
I still think you could take your division.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't hear a Brendan Nelson rant. I was as surprised as you were, Grandizer. He did rant. Who was he rant? Was it Hames or Murphy? He didn't like one of them, but it wasn't a normal fist banging what the hell rant. But he, Brandon, and I were so sick with the flu that weekend that we were just over it. And we did our first stream on the Hawk's Nest today at midday Seattle, which was like 5 a.m. my time. So I think we were just, it still could be incoming when he's had a look. But no, I thought that too, Grandizer. We didn't hear a rant. But then there wasn't anything to rant about. He, as I said, solid B plus. He thought B. Brandon thought B plus. So, yes, but I was as surprised as you were. Yeah, but I still think Haynes was a little bit of a reach. I like him, but in that third round, with what was left on the board, that would be my only rant. Yeah, and that's the thing with Brendan. He will rant, and he will tell you that he is displeased, but it's not picking things up, throwing them around the room, or cursing a blue streak. Yeah, I think that's what it was too. I do go occasionally on his streams, not as much as Brandon being his head mod. But yeah, he was very controlled. But as I said, we were all so exhausted by the end of it, so sick by the end of it. Brandon is barely talking because he said it was like he swallowed razor blades because, he had bronchitis. I was down with it. No, sorry, he had a head cold. Brendan, I think, had bronchitis, and I had the same head cold, and we were all just sick as a dog. And Brandon had also moved 3 states in the week before as well. So he moved from Seattle down to San Diego the week before. But yeah, Brendan did show his displeasure, but it wasn't a rant. It was just, okay, I don't like this. This is why I don't like it. But that pick last year where he was really annoyed. Yeah. Now, this is the one I'm not. This is the one I wasn't sure on. As I said, I haven't, because I've just started a new job. I haven't done a deep dive on our UDFAs. The only one I looked at, as I said, was Tua's brother, who has made our practice squad. Leave it with me and give me a couple of weeks to get my head around draft, new job, and whatever else. And I'm happy to have a chat to you about it, Grant. Yeah. And I know Brandon said that in the next few weeks he will do his UDFA breakdown. He's still getting over the flu and the move. So, no, it's not a rant. It's an actual statement of fact. It hasn't been made in this country for 25 years, and it gets exported. So, yeah, I wish I could say more about our UDFAs, Tim, but I just haven't had a chance to look.
Right.
Yeah. But because as soon as our last pick was done, I went to bed for a few hours because I had to babysit my nephew, and he was not going to want to see Auntie Meg on no sleep for 4 days at all. I
tried staying awake. I was so sick I couldn't stay awake. I
shouldn't have stayed awake because I was so sick,
mm-hmm.
but because we had my time, we had the first 2 days were 10 a.m. starts.
Right.
And then it was a 2 a.m. start on the final day. I just thought there's no point me sleeping. Who moved? Brandon Kane moved. So he moved from Spokane to San Diego to be with his family. His mother and brother and family is all down there. So, yeah. But, yeah, I love what we did. There were a few that I wanted that we didn't get. But overall, I'm really stoked with what we did. And I can't wait to see what Mike does with our new coach, new coaching staff as well. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Who's your head? Oh, sorry, Tim. Who's your head coach again? I'm just trying to think. I'm blanking.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah, it was Dan Campbell. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was also on the 0-16 team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he played. He was a tight end that played on there.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know. Look, I barely remembered the gentleman's name. How am I supposed to know that?
Right. But yeah, I tell you what, him and Brad Holmes is really, because if you take a look at just 3 years ago, we had to go ahead and clean house. Get rid of a lot of people that were just taking money and space and not producing, and went ahead and now we're 3 points away from being in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, I really thought you. Well, if you look at what Mike did when he arrived in Seattle, clearing out our pantry, as my brother put it, I can't say I disagree. I would have loved Will Disley to stay. But actually, I'm going to write that name down, Graham, so I can have a look. Hang on, just give me 1 second, Tim, to write that down so I can have a look. Yeah, I think it's a interesting time. What do you think of the new rule changes? That's what I wanted to ask.
Okay, I like a couple. Yeah, I like the way you automatically get that third challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That kickoff, it's going to be something. It's going to add excitement to the game. The only thing that I don't like about it is it does kind of hurt that Dan Campbell's strategy, because you won't be able to do a onside kick until like the fourth quarter, and you need to be
Yeah.
the team. You need to be the team that is behind in order to do that onside kick.
Yeah.
So that's I know now what as far as what the commissioner is proposing, that I'm well behind him in as far, because as I have said before, I wanted to see more games that matter in the NFL. I mean, I said I wanted to see a 20 game season. That's what I've said.
20
But
games.
a 20 game. I know. I've said that. Okay, so I'm just saying. But like, one of the things that he does want to do, the commissioner does want to do, is he wants to get possibly 2 bye weeks,
Yeah.
and have instead of 3 preseason games, 2 preseason games, making that what take away one of the preseason games and making it be a regular season.
Regular season. Do you think that the preseason can be done away with?
Not totally, because I do think that it does give you. I think one more game being done away with. I think they could work with that, but I do think you need something.
To me, okay. This is just my opinion, Tim.
Oh, right.
To me, a 2-game preseason is worthless.
Okay.
Because, well, not worthless. Sorry, that's the wrong turn of phrase. To me, you need the 3 preseason games because you have a whole new crew for the draft. You are trying out your FDA. Okay, yeah, fine. You can do that in training camp. Sure, but training camp is not a game, even in your scrimmage game. I like the idea of the 2 buys, because we had our bye week 5, and by week probably 10 or 12, even 13, we needed another one. So I don't have a problem with that. My concern, though, is if you extend it to 18, 20, 22, whatever games.
Well, even if you just did 18, it would be an even number.
Yeah.
Right
No,
now.
I understand that, but even 18, you look at all. Well, okay, from a Seahawks perspective, we got absolutely smashed by injuries. Now, some have said that was Pete's play calling. Yeah, but as I said to you the first time we spoke, Leonard Williams was traded the week that his team got the bye.
Right.
So he played straight through. Now, he didn't get injured, thankfully, but I'm saying I like the 2 buys, but I don't know if I like the extended season. I can see how it would work, as you said, with an even number, I just, yeah. Would you get fair if you're, say, God forbid, the Lions are knocked out? They don't make the playoffs. Yeah.
Right.
Just go with the example here. Would you still want to watch the postseason? I had it happen with the Kraken in hockey. We got knocked out. We were 17 points from the playoff. Now, I love hockey, and I have 2 teams still in, Vancouver and the Maple Leafs. Now, yeah, I'm going to watch them, but I'm not going to watch them the same way I watch my Kraken. Are you still going to do it if you get knocked out, or you must win in week 18 and you lose, so you've missed a wild card?
Well, see, I still watch the playoffs when I can, even now when my team.
Yeah, no, I do too.
I think I would, but I won't be as invested.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Are you going to? Am I as invested in the hockey now the Kraken are out? No.
Yeah,
I still love the Maple Leafs. I still love Vancouver. And I will watch with one eye if you've got it on the TV, or if someone's watching it, and I'll watch it, but I'll be working. I won't be giving it the same attention. That's what I'm saying. would I mean, I did it this past season when the Hawks were out, but I'm not watching the same way, and that's what I'm saying. Are you still going to do it? You might. I'm not criticizing you if you still watch it, but me personally, I don't watch the same way.
Right. I mean, it's always different if your team's
not I mean, you always want your team to be in the postseason.
Yeah, right.
Same with the Mariners last year. Watching the postseason without the Mariners, who'd been there the year before, sucked. But I still watch for the Yankees and, the other teams. But it's, to me, and as I said, this is my feeling, it's not the same.
Right.
Yeah, yes. Our D-line isn't too bad. We have had a defensive coach for 14 years. We have a new one coming in Mike. Yeah, he sounds interesting. I just had a quick look. He sounds interesting. But as I said, Grant, I'll have a look and I will definitely let you know, and I'll keep an eye on him in training camp and whatnot and let you know for sure. But Tim, I do have to go. It's 5:30 p.m. I have a Facebook Live at 7 p.m. for the job, but it's always a pleasure to talk to you, good sir.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Yeah, my wife's going to be getting up for work pretty soon too, so I do gotta go.
You keep going till she says, "Are you going to bed yet, my dear? Have you seen the time?" Yes, I've seen it and I've ignored it, but I need to get some dinner before our live. But yeah, it's always good to talk to you. And Grant, yes, I will definitely have a look at him for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you, Grandizer 12 too, for coming in. I do appreciate that, and also Dexter Puppy or Pup Dexter. I know he was in earlier, and of course Megan. Definitely, you're always welcome. You know that, and appreciated, and of course Detroit Fan Man. So, and anybody else who's watching, I do appreciate it.
No, I always enjoy chatting it up to the Lions fans.
Yeah.
No, you're good peeps. For people who are not among the 12s, you go okay. But I'm upset you want Caleb on his ass.
Well, you know what? You would want the same thing if he was playing with the 49ers.
Well, fair.
Yeah.
As long as he has padding when he lands on his ass, I'm good. As long as they don't hurt him, I'm fine.
Well, if he gets knocked out for the season, I don't care.
But it is always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Even though actually, I did pay attention to his backside, rather cute one, but I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, I'm not.
Hey, listen,
how are you commenting on that one?
Hey, listen, when he's running past you down because I was just behind the USC bench was here. I was in the first row of seats behind, and he's running past down the sideline. Sorry, not sorry.
Megan likes Caleb's ass.
I like Caleb's. I do, and I like the rest of him. But it's a little hard not to see when it's going past you. You don't get a lot of time to watch it.
Right.
Yes, I will definitely. Grant, I've written it. Well, you can't see it, but I've written it down on my piece of paper. Just trust me. That light's glaring, but trust me. I've written it down, and I will absolutely have a look. Hopefully, in the next few days, if I get a chance. But yep, I will have a look and let you know. He sounds exciting, and yeah. I'll let you know for sure. But
right.
I need to get going. So
go
fly, flock, fly. Wow, I've got to be careful saying that this time. Go Hawks, roar Lions, and I will talk to you. Really? That's it? You have not heard roaring. You've not heard 68,000 fans at Lumen, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And
all right, guys.
All right. Yep. Thanks again.
Thanks again, Tim. Yep. Talk soon.
Talk soon. Yep. And thank you again, Grandizer 12. Really appreciate it. definitely appreciate it. And I know I say this a lot, but I do hope to be on more again like this. But I know it's almost 4 o'clock over here, so wife's gonna be getting up real soon. I know it's 3:33, but so we will talk to you guys. Yeah, forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield, and when the blue and silver wave, rah rah rah. I don't know everything by heart, but with the Lions' victory, we will just freaking war on. Okay, yeah, this is Maniac Tim. Thank you, everybody, once again. Go Lions, uh, and go Lions defense. Not Caleb Williams on his butt. Yes. All right. But yeah, with that, I'm going to say goodbye. It's been real fun. I'm not, I'm not kidding here. It's been real fun for sure. Oh, you heard that. You know what? It wasn't a secret. The more people that hear it, the better it is. And the more it happens, it will be great. But yeah, you have a good night, morning, or I know you got your Zoom call real soon. Um, all right, go Lions.